Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats.
It was the coldest summer on record. 3 straight months, no sun. All there was dark alleys, smoking windows, and hot ladies. And murder. Welcome everyone! This week we are doing Cypher Seminar's Noir Edition. Let's go around and meet everyone. Today, please take a moment to check the wall of spam that the bot is throwing at you in chat. All of our social links, all the places you can support us, sponsor information, and all the places you can go and get a 10 to 15% discount using our special codes. Please do a big thank you to Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mageham Press, who are our sponsors who make this all possible. Anywho, let's go around and say hello to everyone. Please introduce yourself and please tell us your sentence for your character. Let's start with Jay this week. Oh, hi, Jay. You are muted, or T-Mic.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
It's been funny. Yeah, that's good though, because I couldn't find my character sheet, so I found it now. Hello, my name's Jay, and my sentence is an impulsive speaker who operates undercover. My character name is Eva Clarissa.
Eva Clarissa. Fantastic. And can you just say the sentence one more time for me?
an impulsive speaker who operates undercover.
Impulsive speaker who operates undercover. Fantastic. Perfect. Next around, we have Mirror's Shadows, who some of you may recognize from chat. Oh, hi, Mirrors. It's great to have you on the show.
Well, it's great to be here. Thank you very much. I am playing Eveline de Rosier, and she is a mysterious, skilled, and knowledgeable explorer who solves mysteries in the modern world.
Fantastic. There's a lot there. I'm going to get you to repeat that several times, but not right now. Next around, let's go to Kyle and Devich. Oh, hi, Kyle.
Hi. My name's Kyle. I'm playing Ella Scott, and she is an appealing warrior who is idolized by millions.
Fantastic. A warrior in there as well, very femme fatale. Next around, we have It's Alexandrian, who is actually It's Alexandrian above his name this week. Oh, hi!
Oh, hello. So today I am playing Carter Blake, who is a skeptical, stealthy warrior who also solves mysteries.
Oh, looks like we've got Carter. Fantastic. Well, why don't we stay with you, Alex, for your type? Did you say you were a warrior as well?
I am. I'm a warrior with the stealthy flavor. So, character sheet. So, warrior is obviously a good ally to have in a fight. Knows how to use weapons, defend yourself, and your companions. So stats wise, I have a might pool of 11, I have a speed pool of 14, and an intellect of 11. So as the warrior, I'm practiced with all weapons, regardless of whether they're melee, ranged, anything. I have an extra edge, meaning I've got an edge in speed and might. I got the ability Pierce, which is a well-aimed, penetrating ranged attack, which lets me inflict 1 point of damage, 1 additional point of damage if my weapon has a sharp point, which is handy. I've got Quick Draw, which by spending 1 speed point, I get to... that's after using a thrown light weapon. I get to draw another light weapon and make another thrown attack in at the same target immediately, which is handy. What else have I got? I've got Swipe, a quick agile melee attack, inflicts 1 less point of damage than normal, but dazes a target for 1 round. So that's quite handy. Yeah, so that's my warrior.
Fantastic. So definitely someone for ranged combat. You seem to have all bases covered, correct?
Predominantly, yeah, I think so.
Fantastic. We stay on the warrior next as we go to Kyle. That is right? I did get you all the right way around. Kyle, you were a warrior?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have any flavors on your warrior?
Good question.
Why don't you read out the sentence for us again?
It's an appealing warrior who is idolized by millions.
So, no, you're just a straight-up warrior. Fantastic. So,
Yes.
As we said, good ally to have in the fight, depending on the genre and setting in question, wielding a sword or maybe having a gun or something like that. Warriors are physical, action-orientated people. They're more likely to overcome a challenge using force than by other means, will often take the most straightforward path towards their goals. So how have you laid out your might, speed, and intellect pools? What are your scores in there?
So I have a 13 in might, 13 in speed, and 12 in intellect.
Very, very well balanced across the board there.
Yes.
Very well balanced across the board. Okay, so as a warrior, you do get an effort of 1. We'll explain effort later on. In a one-shot, I like to not put a cap on effort. Effort is usually something that you are able to do more of as you get higher and higher levels, but since we're only doing a one-shot with these characters, it's more fun to just let you spend as much as you like. And we'll explain the nature of that later. Physical nature, you have a might edge of 1 or a speed edge of 1. Which one did you choose?
I chose might, but I also took the the extra edge, so I got speed too.
Okay, that's cool. So what that'll do is that'll make your might and speed abilities cheaper to trigger. We'll explain that again later on, but it's you want to preserve your points. In this game, you have a might pool, a speed pool, and an intellect pool. When your might pool, when one of your pools falls to 0, you become injured. When your second pool falls to 0, you become incapacitated, and when your third pool falls to 0, you become dead. And you literally spend these pools also to do abilities and to put effort into things. So you literally spend your life force to make things happen, which is a very real feeling of effort when you put something into it. How much are you actually willing to sacrifice? Practice with all weapons, so you can use any weapon you can pick up. Starting equipment, not going to worry too much about, as long as it seems reasonable that you've got it. We'll say you've got it. So which 4 special abilities did you choose?
So one of them would be the extra edge. Then I would do no need for weapons.
Lovely. Yes. Yep.
Trained without armor.
Very nice.
And I haven't thought about the 4th one. Let's go with bash. Sure.
Bash. Lovely. This is
Let's just make her bash into things.
pummeling melee attack inflicts 1 less point of damage than normal, but dazes your target for 1 round, so you can stun people. One might say you're a stunner. Next around, mirror shadows. Now, there were a lot of words in your sentence. I remember that.
You're welcome. Yes, I am playing Aveline de Rosier, and she is a mysterious, skilled, and knowledgeable explorer.
Okay, so
who solves mysteries.
So the explorer is the main type, which you can find quite quickly. He says. There you go. You are a person of action and physical ability, fearlessly facing down the unknown. You travel to strange, exotic, and dangerous places and discover new things. This means you're physical, but also probably knowledgeable, as backed up by the skilled and knowledgeable flavor. You would get as a explorer. How have your pools fallen? Where have your points landed?
I have a 11 in might, 10 in speed, and 13 in intellect.
Okay, so a little more intelligent, more likely to think things through than running all guns blazing. Fantastic.
Very much so, yes.
Effort we ignore. You have a might edge of 1, and practice with light and medium weapons. Equipment we're not going to worry too much about. And you have 4 special abilities. What are those special abilities? And they might come from your flavor also, so feel free to just to read those out as well.
Yeah, sure. So my special abilities are endurance. What have I got? Interaction skills, investigative skills, knowledge skills. I've got all sorts of things going on here.
Lots of skills. So very much it sounds like you're an investigator going on. So trained in 2 skills which you're not already trained. You've got physical skills. Basically, you're the skills person. So whenever something requires a skill, you're likely to have it, which will be very important in our tutorial in just a moment.
Absolutely. And the mysterious descriptor, thankfully, gives me an ability called confounding, which allows me to pull talents and abilities seemingly out of nowhere. So I can attempt one task in which I have no training as if I were trained.
So you're just
if I need something,
you're just
ready.
A jack of all trades in every sense of the word.
I've got us covered.
Or a Jacqueline of all trades, perhaps.
Or an Aveline of all trades.
Or an Aveline, of course, yeah. Talking of Aveline, we also have Eva. Hi, Jay. You were a speaker?
I am a speaker, yes. So I'm good with words, basically. Good at talking to people, talking my way out of things, talking people to do what I want. Just very good at talking to people. In modern setting, it says generally some kind of diplomat, manipulator, charmer kind of person. Often the face of the group that tries to deal with negotiations before killing people.
Yeah. the face that faces the external world. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I've got fast talk. So if I'm talking with an intelligent creature that isn't hostile, I can convince them to do a reasonable action in the next round that I would like them to do kind of make them think that they want to do it. Enthrall, when talking, I can get another creature's attention, even if they can't understand what I'm saying. For as long as I'm talking to them, they don't do anything else other than to defend themselves. Encouragement. While I maintain this ability through ongoing inspiration, allies within short range modify difficulty of a task type of my choice by 1 step to their benefit. So defense tasks, attack tasks, or something like that. They find 1 step easier. And also, spin identity. I convince all intelligent creatures who can see, hear, and understand me that I am something other than what I am, basically.
Okay.
Whether it's some random person or like someone from the government agency. I like that. But yeah.
Okay. These are all sounding perfect so far. Perfect. I scratch my beard. This is perfect. What is your descriptor, Jay?
My descriptor is
Impulsive. And could you tell us what that means exactly?
Just heard Alex laugh at that. So I have a hard time tempering down enthusiasm, and I'm very enthusiastic about everything. Why wait to get things done? I don't tend to plan ahead with anything. If there's a problem, I just kind of do it then and there. But it says my impulsiveness likely gets me into trouble. Whilst others take time to study things they discover, I just use things without hesitation. I just do it for the fun of it. Best way to learn, apparently, is by doing it.
That doesn't sound anything like you at all, Jay. I don't know how you're going to find the way to play this character, honestly.
I know, it's going to be terrible, isn't it?
So disproportionate from who you are as a person, you know.
This gets good, right? So, from being impulsive, I'm trained in initiative actions, trained in all speed defense actions. What was the other one? But
anything that involves patience, willpower, or discipline is harder for you.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I get +2 to my speed pool though.
Very nice, very nice. Now,
Out of interest, Jay, do you feel targeted? Like, that is very, very close to you.
I know, it did well, didn't it? It's just, this was one of the random creation, that website. I love it. I have so much fun with it. But it just made me. It's great.
Well, Mirrors, you already told us your descriptor. It was mysterious. The dark figure lurking silently in the corner, that's you. No one really knows where you came from or what your motives are, but you play things close to your vest.
And I just turn around and you're like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
It's personal.
So you told us about the confounding action, but there's a bunch of other stuff here as well. Stealth, resisting interrogation. I see. The mysterious figure is indeed you. Yeah. However, people never know where they stand with you. The difficulty of any task involving people to believe or trust you is increased by 1 step. Well,
and that's where I take a step back and allow either to step forward. And
yeah, I see. Playing off each other there.
Got a good thing, too.
Yeah. How about Ella? What was Ella's descriptor? The first word.
Appealing.
Appealing. That was it. I have the worst memory, is what you will very quickly learn about me as we do these character creation things. Appealing! So you're attractive to others, but perhaps more important, you are likable and charismatic. We're still hammering away on that femme fatale thing there.
Listen, come at me.
+2 to your intellect pool. Trained in pleasant social interactions, resistant to charms. Yeah, so anyone who tries to persuade or seduce you, you are resistant if you wish to be, is the exact wording of the book, which is I find quite entertaining. How about Carter? What's Carter's description? How do they combat this trio of femme fatales that is currently going on?
Well, Carter is skeptical. So, skeptical. You possess a questioning attitude regarding claims that are often taken for granted by others. You're not necessarily a doubting Thomas, which I'm assuming is a phrase that I have no idea about.
It refers to Thomas, who doubted that Jesus was Jesus when Jesus was resurrected, and it's the picture of the person touching Jesus's
that
wound.
makes a lot of sense.
That's Thomas.
Right. Okay. Well, one of
Did
those.
you research that, or do you just know that?
I actually know that from a comedy sketch some years back.
Oh, there you go. So, not necessarily a doubting Thomas. However, you've often benefited from questioning statements, opinions, and received knowledge presented to you by others. So from that, I gain high cat. I gain 2 to my intellect pool. I am trained in identifying things. I'm trained in all actions involving seeing through tricks, illusions, ruses, lies, deception, anything like that. Thanks, Kat. Can you get out of the way of the PDF? Yeah, thanks. Cool.
I can't. She's Stream Kitty. Stream Kitty always comes.
Yeah, well, she's just discovered that I've got a different headset on, and she can now just chew the other earphone, which is great. Yes. So, what else have I got? Trick, illusion, blah 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 blah. Yeah. You're better at keeping your eye on a cup containing a hidden ball, sensing illusions, or just flat out realizing that someone's lying to you.
Useful. Very useful.
Only if I specifically concentrate and use that skill.
I see. Okay, so you have to concentrate, but as long as you're concentrating, people can't pull the wool over your eyes.
That's right.
Okay. Why don't we stick with you for your focus?
Sure thing. So my focus is solves mysteries, which is on page 167. Hold on 2 seconds.
Oh, I'm already excited. Solves mysteries. You couldn't possibly get better for a noir, could you?
No, I don't think so. So, solves mysteries. You're a master of deduction with a keen eye for detail and quick wit. Well, maybe not. You can use a selection of clues to figure out what really happened when others are left scratching their heads. While that character solves mysteries might be thought of as a detective or investigator, a professor or even a scientist might also be the mystery solver. So what does that actually give me? That gives me...
investigator. To really shine as an investigator, you must engage your mind and body in your deductions. You can spend points from any pool to apply levels of effort to any intellect-based task. So when you're doing intellect things, you can just pull things from anywhere.
Yeah. And on top of that, I also have sleuth. Finding clues is the first step to solving a mystery, and I'm trained in perception. So I don't think a lot's going to get past Carter at all.
Fantastic. And minor and major effect suggestions, just make a note of those. We might need you to read those out if we come across any 19s on nat 20s, but we often end up scaling them up or changing them all together because of one-shots. Why don't we go next around to Kyle? Kyle, what was your focus again, please?
Is idolized by millions.
Oh boy. I can't spell idolized. I assume it's under the American spelling then. Yeah, with Z. There we go.
Yeah.
Some celebrities are known for their talent, while others are simply known for being known. However the spotlight found you, you're a celebrity now. Can't go anywhere without people publicly recognizing you. Oh boy, please tell us.
That's going to make us being secretive really hard.
I did not think about that at all.
How are you famous? How does everyone know Ella Scott?
Ella Scott's a famous actress.
Fantastic. Okay, I can see the scene all setting out ahead of me. This is perfect. I almost...
That's ideal.
It is. This is great. Entourage. Your entourage, 5 level 1 20-somethings, accompany you wherever you go unless you purposely disband it for a particular outing. You can ask them to deliver things for you, run messages, pick up your dry cleaning, pretty much whatever you want within reason. They can also run interference if you're trying to avoid someone. And I suppose talent you've chosen is acting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now we head back across to Mirrors. Mirrors, what was your focus again, please?
my focus was also solving mysteries.
Also solving
So,
mystery. Okay.
So between Carter and I think we've got it all covered. We're going to see everything.
So would it be unfair to throw you into a private investigators thing together? Perhaps you run a private investigation clinic together?
I'm thinking that sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense.
Yeah, fantastic. Eva, what's your focus?
Operates undercover. Are you laughing?
Because it's great.
I'm really excited. So it says espionage is not something I know anything about. At least that's what I want everybody to know.
So espionage is not something you know anything about. At least that's what you want everyone to believe. Because in truth, you've been trained as a spy or covert agent. Oh my, this is so perfect. You might work for a government or yourself. You might be a police detective or a criminal. Come on, tell us, who is she? Who is Eva?
No one.
Just no one. Just a wandering vagrant, a waif on the wind.
Yes. I do have a question though. It says that I start with a disguise kit. Can I use that on Ella's entourage?
That sounds hilarious. There'll be appropriate checks, but I don't see why not.
Good.
Yeah, wait.
Just wanted to check.
And investigate. You are trained in perception, cryptography, deceiving, and breaking into computers.
Yeah. Great. I'm your run-of-the-mill homeless person.
So just literally a homeless waif. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
She goes from place to place doing stuff.
Okay, so we're going to do a quick tutorial today, because I am excited to get into this narrative. Today's tutorial is going to be about finding people. It's going to be like basic training, finding people in the crowd. Could everyone please roll me an initiative roll? You'll find the initiative roll in the center of your center of your sheet. You should find speed skills, and there should be initiative there. You just click the little the bad representation of a d20, and it should start rolling you some initiative.
I'm trained and I got a 4.
Yeah, that is a nat 1. That's a good use of a nat 1, to be fair. At least I can't intrude on you. Oh.
Wow, guys.
Finding it okay, Mirrors?
He says it's a D20, but it's not. He's lying to you.
Looks more like a reticle.
Okay, sorry, 12.
Oh, 12. Okay, yep. Was that a manual roll?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's just something I'll remember, because when I'm going through the tutorial, I'll explain how things relate to the dice in reality, which is just as fun. Let's see. 12, 16, 16. Carter and Kyle, who would like to go first? Or rather, Carter and Ella. Who would like to go first?
Looks like it's me.
Well, the person who goes first gets the easiest task. Carter, your goal in this crowd is to find Ella. Smoke-filled room, people everywhere, people sipping wine. Perhaps we're in a casino or a bar. Suits everywhere. Very hot. It's summer.
Well, knowing Ella, she's probably surrounded by people trying to buy her drinks. So I'll head for the bar and then have a look around.
So this will be a difficulty 1 check. Now, the way difficulty relates to the dice, when you take the difficulty, you times it by 3, you need to get better than that score on the dice roll. So this is difficulty 1, so as long as you get a 4 or more, you'll pass this test.
Okay. Like that.
Just like that, as you wander towards the bar, it's not long until you can hear the throng of people gathering around. Can I get you anything, Miss Ella? Miss Ella, do you need? Can I get you another drink? Can I refresh your napkin? Can I get your autograph? All sorts of things being hurled at Ella Scott as she tries to enjoy a quiet drink at the bar. Ella, what is your drink of choice?
Martini.
How do you take that martini?
Extra dirty.
Of course. Of course. You are instructed to find, but not necessarily engage, Carter in this room. You've been told that there'll be a mysterious person that hides in the shadows, and that you don't need to speak to them, but you just need to spot them. There are several people in the room who could be Carter. And I would like you to use your... I'd like you to try and identify them one way or another. This will be a difficulty 4 challenge, as Carter is indeed mysterious.
So... Okay. I think that Ella would... She would just like... Shit. I hit put on the spot. So Ella would she would tap someone on the shoulder. She's like, excuse me, do you think you could just walk around the room and see if there's any secret admirers looking for me? Just keep an eye out for me.
So you're speaking to one of your entourage?
Yes.
Yeah, you can definitely use your entourage to make this challenge a little easier. So using your entourage as an asset will reduce the difficulty to difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love your entourage.
And you've chosen...
It becomes super helpful.
You've chosen to speak to someone, which is an empathetic thing, which comes down to intelligence, so please make me an intelligence roll. We are looking for a 10 or higher.
Okay, so I just do the little doohickey next to the intelligence thing?
That's it. It'll come up with a pop-up box. When it asks for the difficulty, pop in difficulty 3. And if you want to put in any effort to make this easier, you can. Now, this is how effort works. You can spend levels of effort to reduce the difficulty by 1. However, each level of effort costs... the first one costs 3 points unless you have an edge, and then every one after costs you 2 points from your intellect pool. Which means that you are putting your intellect pool into this. You lose them.
Okay, this isn't something she would put effort into. This isn't worth her time.
Of course. Okay, so on a 5, your entourage come back to you after a few minutes, and they say, "Gee, I'm real sorry, Miss Ella, but there's a lot of folk around here who look a little mysterious, and I'm not sure which one it could be. Were they wearing pinstripes? Do you have a description? They're not going to be able to find them."
It's okay. I didn't fail. They failed me.
Oh, that's a burn.
Aveline, yeah. Aveline, you are instructed to discover a woman called Eva. You're given no other description, just that her name is Eva. With so little description, it's going to be a difficult task. Perhaps they have some information for you. Perhaps this is the start of a new job. Who knows? But let's say a friend that you trust has given you this contact, but can only give you their name and a rough location being this bar. This will be a difficulty 7 challenge, which means it's currently impossible because
You need to get yourself some new friends.
6 times 3 would be 18, which is the highest difficulty possible to achieve on a d20. So you're going to need to do something to make this possible. How would Aveline go about this?
What would she do? Well, Aveline is good at seeing through deceptions. So she's seeing the crowd as a group that are actually trying to hide someone called Eva. So taking that, she's using the crowd as the fog, and Eva is the person or the object of her desire at this moment. So she's looking for Eva.
Okay, yeah. And do you have any skills or anything that would apply to this, do you think?
I actually have an interaction skill, seeing through deception.
Yeah. Seeing through deception will very much help. I was almost saying that tongue in cheek because you've pretty much got a skill for anything, right? Like.
That's right. Or actually have an ability that says I can do anything. So
that will certainly help. That will reduce the difficulty down to 6, making it narrowly possible.
Okay.
So with a difficulty 6, would you like to spend any effort to bring the difficulty down further?
Yes, I think I will. Yes, I want to spend. Yeah, I want to spend 2 effort. I want to make sure. I want to get a bit more of an opportunity.
And do you have an edge? This would be, well, let's see, looking for something, intelligence, right? So do you have an edge in intelligence?
No, unfortunately.
That's fine. That just means that the first one will cost you 3, the second one will cost you 2, so you lose 5 points from your intellect pool.
Mm-hmm. No problems. And all up, right on 6.
Sorry?
Right on 6.
Okay, so let's see. You used 2 difficulty there. We were on difficulty 7, reduced by 1 because of the thing. 6 reduced down 2. That's 4. So a 6 won't beat a 4. A 6 will only be a 2. So unfortunately, on this occasion, you don't find Eva.
She's too good at hiding.
This bodes well for the the entire one shot. It's gonna be great. Eva,
Yes.
your task is to find a door. The door will read staff only, restricted access. However, you are told that it is not leading onto the main floor, so you're going to need to get somewhere that is already somewhat restricted, like behind the bar or backstage, to find this door. This will be difficulty 8.
Okay. So I'm just reading my things. So, can I see the bar? I'm going with I need to get behind the bar. That's what I'm going with. Can I actually see it?
At the bar, yeah, you can see the bar.
Good. Right. Good to go up to the bar. So I want to get, what am I doing? I want to get behind the bar.
Okay. So are you currently looking, you described yourself as a waif of a homeless person on the way in. Are you currently looking like that, or?
No, I look very well, nice and dressed, thank you.
You look very nicely dressed, okay.
Rude things to ask ladies, not nice.
I do apologise, milady.
So, what am I doing? I want to get to the door, but the door isn't onto the floor. The door is like behind another door.
Yeah, it's essentially backstage somewhere or behind the bar somewhere.
Okay, I'm going with behind the bar and I'm rolling with that. And if not, alcohol. So, I'm going to find a bar. I can see the bar. That's fine. So, would I not be able to reduce my difficulty just purely on the basis that I am a speaker? Speaking to people is what I do, manipulating people, talking to them, getting them to like me.
You are skilled in talking to people, so yes, if you decide to talk your way backstage, that will reduce the difficulty by 1.
I am going to, kind of. Can I use perception at all? I'm able to see where it is, see where the staff are, who I need to be speaking to.
I don't think you can use training in 2 different skills at once.
Damn it, that's a shame. I can use the special ability in a skill, can't I?
You can.
I'm going to use spin identity, which takes 1 intellect point. I'm assuming the bar staff are intellectual creatures.
Intellectual enough, yes. They know how to mix drinks pretty well.
I would
good.
hope.
So I'm gonna talk to the bar staff. I'm gonna use spin identity. It costs me 1 intellect point, but I'm going to convince them that I am the owner of this place that we're in, and that they need to let me back behind the bar to the backstage area.
Okay, so
I'm gonna put a fake beard on and everything.
Okay. So you're taking the identity of a gentleman. Fantastic.
Yeah, go full in there.
So as you do this, the bar staff is hello. Okay. Where do you want to go? What?
Where am I going to Scrat? I can't remember now.
Yeah, you're finding a restricted access door. That's all.
Oh yeah, that's the. Thank you. Sorry. I have a very important client meeting. I need to go backstage.
Oh, okay. Can you make me an intellect roll, please? Let's see. You've used your spin identity to reduce difficulty 1. So it's currently a difficulty 6.
I have an edge in intellect as well.
You have an edge in intellect, so that will cost.
I do.
It will mean if you use effort, it will cost you less.
I'm gonna do 2 effort, so that's 5.
Yeah, that reduces the
Break down to sight.
yeah, reduces the difficulty down to a 4. So you need a 16 or higher.
We'll roll with that, because if they don't let me in, I'm gonna fire them. So, is it initiative roll?
No, just intellect.
Oh yeah, I can roll intellect. Don't mind me.
This is our ninth week doing this, everyone.
I know.
You did promise me at the start that you'd still be doing things in the tutorial by the end.
I did. See? So difficulty 6 was it? Look, I had a migraine yesterday. That's my excuse.
You've reduced
4?
it down to 4.
Oh yeah. No, because you choose effort.
You can choose effort on top of this, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it was difficulty 6, choose effort 4. Yeah. My bad. So it should have been difficulty 6 with effort of 4, yes. 2, sorry.
Terrible.
Jay is so on brand, says chat.
I'm in.
Smashed it.
Yeah, easily. Okay, Mr. Evans. Please come this way.
I'm going to give her a promotion as well.
Oh, thanks.
You're most welcome. Get back to work.
And you'll be led to this door, and once you're led there, they'll run away. This door leads to the main narrative. So everyone can restore your points. This was just a tutorial. Restore your points, put everything back to where it was, and we will start afresh. Ella, in your most noir intonation, could you describe your dressing room for us?
So, Ella's dressing room is actually quite small. She doesn't need a large dressing room. It's like a little corner with her mirror, which is covered in fabric and boas, and she's got her little stool that she sits in front of, and she does her makeup and she gets dressed and all that. And she's got her like ashtray on a stand next to it with like a bottle of champagne. She got her coat rack covered in all the other scarves and boas and the hats. She's got her closet. It's walk-in. The walk-in closet is bigger than the actual dressing room itself.
And do you have any windows in this room?
No, there wouldn't be any. There wouldn't be no windows in the dressing room.
No.
There wouldn't any paparazzi be able to see through.
Of course.
Heavens.
Of course. Heavens no. So just a small room, a small dressing room. Does that mean that you are... Is that a reflection of who you are as a person? Are you perhaps a quiet star, one that doesn't take advantage of their position and wealth, or...
No, she just spent a lot of time in there. She doesn't need it big. She just goes everywhere else.
Fantastic. So we will start with you in this dressing room at the beginning of the one shot, if you don't mind. Carter and Aveline, why are the pair of you at the theatre this evening?
Well, we've just wrapped up a rather difficult case involving some stolen property that we managed to retrieve and return to its rightful owner. Antiquities, to be precise. So, kicking back, we thought we'd take an evening out rather than working into the night as usual, and we thought we'd go and see a show.
Fantastic. We would go to see a show, perhaps a show that Ella is starring in this evening. Aveline, do you have anything to add to that at all?
Yeah, so Aveline tends not to go out, so Carter knows that he's dragging her out to a social scene that she just generally doesn't feel comfortable in. She prefers really the dark, smoky bars and the places that she goes and sees her contacts. So something like this, where it's bright and flashy, it's certainly not her scene. So she's a little uncomfortable, somewhat on an edge, and but she's impeccably dressed as always. She wears her black suit, her white shirt, her black tie, and always she has a cigarette in hand. Takes a puff, and just her eyes always moving around, looking around for really the next mystery, the next thing to solve for herself.
Of course. Always scanning the horizon for future ventures. Eva, why is Eva in the theatre tonight?
Why not?
I'll tell you why. Eva, you've been given a mission. It's a paying job. You can they'll pay you a large amount of money if you can get Ella Scott's thumbprint.
I've heard that she is very hard to persuade. Okay. I will give it a go. Doesn't she have 20 million entourage around her all the time?
Usually, yeah.
Might dress up as one. Okay. That's fine. Eva can do that. And if not, she'll just disappear.
Of course. So we'll start as Carter and Aveline take their seats, and a man in a grey suit with a black tie comes and kneels between your seats just as you've sat down, behind you, and sort of whispers in your ears. I am the theatre manager. Am I right in thinking you are Blake and DeRosier, the famous investigators?
Yeah, that'd be us.
Excellent. Could you do me the honor of taking on a job this very evening?
Carter looks at Aveline. What do you think?
Well, a night of fun, of course. Yes, we are more than happy to take this on.
No, please, discretion. I would ask for your discretion in this issue. We have an issue upstairs. Please, follow me. Eva. As you take on the identity of one of these entourage, perhaps you're heading towards Ella's dressing room?
Yeah, totally. I already got in there. Just got by the door, didn't I? So I could just kind of slip in.
actually, as you get to the door, that's when you notice the body. The shutters from the window cast bright light on the floor, illuminating the body in certain places, almost in slits, as it lies motionless. This
Sorry.
this body is you. What have I missed?
So it's just Kyle's sass in chat really made me laugh. She just said it's Ella, she's dead by everyone.
It's a fun time. I loved it.
No, it's not Ella. Either it's you. This is what you look like without any makeup or get up on. It's you on the ground.
I'm just gonna nudge her with my foot. Hello.
A young gentleman nearby says, "Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to keep it quiet until we can get the investigators up here."
Did you kill her?
No. We found her like this.
Very discreet. Very good. Well done. I'm sure no one will panic.
I'm just doing what the manager tells me. He told me not to move them though, so like I want to put them in the cupboard out of the way, but like.
How many are there?
No, just them, just that one. Sorry, I know it's the 1940s, but I'm using a singular they because of social programming in the late 2000s.
That's fine. Okay. You can't put them in a cupboard because what if someone opens it and then a dead body just falls out of the cupboard onto...
But what if someone comes up the stairs? Or what if Ella opens the door and comes out? She hardly spends any time in her waiting room.
That would be really unfortunate.
This when I come out.
Can be.
Hi!
Yes, indeed it can. When you open your door, you can find two people talking over a body on the floor.
She opens the door. She looks down at the body. Slinks against the doorway. Lights a cigarette. Who's she?
I don't know, Miss Scott. The manager told me to stay here and look after her, but I can do other things if you'd like me to do anything for you.
I'm still nudging her with my foot.
Who else knows about the body?
At this point, we can bring Carter and Aveline up the stairs with the manager, and he sort of almost clips the young assistant around the head and says, "Get out of here, kid. Come on." Miss... he almost dismisses you the same way, Eva, looks at you and says, "Come on, shoot, get out of here. This is no time for entourage. Miss Scott, I'm sorry you had to see this. I tried to keep it quiet." Well, Blake de Rosier, this is all I got.
He's a really good detective, you can tell.
I'm no detective, that's why I hired these guys.
You probably hire preventative measures.
I don't believe...
I'm sorry, who are all of you?
I'm your entourage.
Don't
know who these guys are. Did you want anything?
Go get me a drink.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's a bit of a mess.
We found ourselves a body, yes? Aveline's reaching into her pockets and pulling out her black leather gloves, sliding them on.
Yeah,
not to leave any trace of anything.
The theatre manager pulls out a cigarette and lights up. The smoke silhouettes between the slats and the light coming from Scott's room, illuminating the dark patches around you. I don't know what's happened. No murder weapon, no stab wounds, no knocks to the head, but no pulse either.
And who was it that found the body?
It was one of these kids that Miss Scott keeps around. We're sorry to bother you, Miss Scott. These are private investigators. They're local guys. Local company. Sorry, ma'am. Tips his hat to you, Derisier. They're local investigators. They're quite good.
So, like, takes like a
Quite good. I think you'll find we're the best.
So they say.
She takes like a long drag on her cigarette, like which is on like a holder and everything. And she like looks both of you up and down. She says, "Well, are you going to start doing anything? You've been standing here for all of 30 seconds. You haven't done anything yet."
Carter's going to begin pacing the hallway and looking for anything that seems untoward, other than the body, of course. Particularly looking for, any sort of markings or scuffs, scratches, drag marks, anything like that. Just anything that doesn't seem quite right.
Aveline moves straight to the body. Starts delicately stepping around and moving, just checking if there's are there any fibers, any marks, any strange discolorations on the floor, anything that would indicate that something has happened here, apart from a death.
Certainly. So, why don't we do 2 difficulty 0 investigation checks for the pair of you, and we'll scale it, see how high your difficulty you beat is, will determine how much information you get.
Just broke roll 20. Hold on 2 seconds.
The summer was so
Everything's
hot,
fine.
nothing was working, not even the dice roller. How about Aveline? What did
We're good.
Aveline roll?
We're good.
All right. We got an 18.
So with a 15 trained, and you would also be trained, Aveline, so that would be actually beating difficulty 7. Oh boy, are we going to find things. Let's start with Carter. Carter went first before. Carter, as you pace up and down the hall, you notice several things. Some may be relevant, some may not. The fire extinguisher hangs off the wall at a jaunty angle. It seems it's broken away from the masonry a little bit. Could be signs of a struggle, could just be signs of an aging theatre. On the floor nearby, you find a small matchbook. The matchbook says, "Feeling lucky? Visit Alphanettes." And there's a picture of a roulette wheel. Also, as the dust settles around you, you can see on the floor up here, what amidst all of the footprints, there's a trace of mud. Aveline, you can see that this person's face, this woman's face, is pallid. That they have perhaps been suffocated or something like that. They look as though they've been perhaps slightly red, but you can actually find traces of vapor around their mouth as well. It looks as though someone perhaps choked them with a damp rag, perhaps intending to knock them out, but covering the airways perhaps a little too long.
Just trying to get a scent of that. Any hint of what that might be?
Sure, you know what? You beat difficulty 7. Yeah, it seems like someone used chloroform. Indicating that perhaps they didn't mean to kill this person.
Not a murder. At least not one intended.
Do we even
Is
know
it-
who this is?
Is there anything else around the body? Or is that the only really discerning feature? What about the clothing?
The clothing is nondescript but fancy. A plain dress, not a label, but suitable to wear to a posh do, or maybe just out to a bar at the weekend. There's nothing really that you can determine from the clothes about this person. They could be anyone. But you do notice that the face doesn't look right.
Hey, Evelyn, check her shoes. Is there any mud?
Aveline leans in and checks the shoes.
Her shoes are clean.
We got a boot print over here. Muddy boot print. We've had a heat
And,
wave.
There's no mud here.
Scrat, did you say her face looked weird?
To Aveline, yes, because of Aveline's
Okay,
high roll.
gotcha.
Otherwise, her
Really?
face just looks quite plain, just like the sort of face that you could just pass over. I assume that'd be correct for you, Eva.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to tell it in a crowd.
Yeah, no. Espionage people do not need standout faces. Not good for the job.
The clothing, the face. Not a label, but well-to-do. It would seem that this person does not want to be seen whilst in the midst of others.
We've certainly seen her.
Yes, of course, Mademoiselle Scott, you are correct. But whoever killed her did not intend to. They certainly attempted to knock her out. And there's something unusual about the face. I'm not quite sure. I'll lean into the face and just gently, with the back of the glove, the fingers of the glove, just see if I can shift the face at all. I just want to see if it's just, is it skin? Is there makeup there? Is there sort of a mask perhaps of some sort? Is there any prosthetics?
There is a little makeup, but not enough to completely change the face in this way.
Okay.
We'll carry your investigation forward. As you lift the jaw and stuff, you can see certain little marks, which you might recognize to be face-altering surgery.
Someone has gone out of their way to look like this. Quite painful. Quite dedicated.
Can I kind of come back, like, just before this, but kind of be in the background?
Yeah, sure. Which drink did you
'Cause-
bring?
Got her a martini. But yeah, I kind of think, if kind of not really announcing that I'm there, but if they notice I'm there, I have an excuse to be there. I just feel this is information that I would like to know.
Yeah, sure. You can come and stand next to the manager, who will see you with a martini and sort of nod over to Ella.
Ella reaches for it without actually looking at you.
She's lovely.
She sips it. She looks at it with a disgusted look, hands it back to the manager, and says, "Here, take this. I don't want it, and cancel my show."
You can just see this whole world crumble around him. Sure, Miss Scott. Maybe we could have a little discussion about it?
I mean, you do have a dead body.
I just did have the discussion, didn't I?
Yes, of course, Miss Scott. All right, we'll get that covered.
You're lovely.
Take it back. She's great.
And he throws the cigarette butt on the ground kind of close to the body, so it lands in the slatted lighting, and you just see his boot step on it.
I look at
His
him.
boot muddy.
Please, please. This is a murder scene. We cannot have extra items being tossed carelessly here.
Beg your pardon, Mademoiselle de Rosier. I'm not used to being on a crime scene. I'm not used to seeing a dead body, come to that. And he takes another cigarette from his pocket and lights up again. And offers one to Miss Scott as well.
I am unfortunately too used to seeing dead bodies. But this one is most unusual. It is unusual that someone would try to look like someone else. This surgery, as I said, the marks here and here. Just looking around the room, almost like she's looking for inspiration. Do I see Eva there?
You would see Eva. Yeah, Eva, how are you you haven't used your disguise ability at the moment, right? So I guess you sort of look like a nondescript person.
Yeah, pretty much. I just kind of blended in with her entourage. I don't know, are they just wearing normal clothes? Because so if I just look like a normal person, I could just pretend to be her entourage, couldn't I? I doubt she pays that much attention to who's following her particularly.
They tend to wear very similar suits, sort of like showy suits, so like showbiz suits rather than a practical suit, perhaps with a slightly flared lapel. They always have a handkerchief, white silk in their pocket. They sort of look like fancy gangsters, maybe gangsters if gangsters went to Hollywood, you know?
Yeah, I want to be a Hollywood gangster. Down with that.
Looking around, you can see Eva. Carter, in response to your question, the theatre manager wears black and white two-toned Oxford brogue loafers. There is no mud on them. They're well shined.
Ella walks over to Eva and like reaches in her pocket and pulls out her handkerchief, and then like crosses over to the body and like crouches down like very slowly because she's wearing a dress and it's like very tight back then, and she like uses the handkerchief to like adjust the face and like look at it, and she's like, someone did go through a lot of effort to look like this, and they didn't do a very good job. Doesn't seem like an accident, does it?
No, ma'am, it doesn't.
Would you like to make an investigation as well, Miss Scott?
Sure.
Difficulty 0. Have you?
That-
This is most impolite to ask a lady, but have you undergone plastic surgery? Would you be
Ella
trained?
definitely has, yes.
I'll give that to you as a difficulty reduction.
Is that just intellect straight?
Straight intellect, yep. Just roll it as difficulty 0 and we'll see what comes out.
Okay.
Oh, okay. With an extra level there, difficulty 6. Looking at the plastic surgery itself, the scars, you can gain the additional information that the reason there are scars is not so much because of a clumsy knife, but more like it looks as though this has been done several times. It looks as though it's repeated scars, the scar tissue upon scar tissue.
This is someone who goes out of the way to look like other people a lot. Perhaps they were finally caught.
It's a shame when people are so disappointed with their own looks.
Disappointed or looking to be better or improve themselves.
I think that one. They have a beautiful face.
Sometimes it helps with work. Gives a little wink.
So, in looking around the room, does Eva clearly look like this corpse, or
In a
does she blend in?
nondescript way, you could mistake the two. They could be sisters. I respect Eva's skills in that sense, in that
Sure.
they don't look like any other person. So this person, to Eva, this is what Eva looks like without doing any get up. When she wakes up in the morning, looks in the mirror before she puts her face on, this is what Eva looks like. To Eva, I assume you've done something, so you look a little different, but there's a similarity.
Eva's internally screaming right now. There's a sad person on the floor, just like, oh my god. She's calm and collected on the outside. We look very
Well,
similar.
Kater, we have a quite a mystery here to solve.
Yeah, it does seem that way. Miss Scott, do you recognize our lady at all?
Officer, I see a lot of people all the time. It's hard to just see a face and tell who it is.
Well, that's
Not
a good
important.
thing. So this all happened outside your dressing room.
Yes.
Now we could assume it's just unfortunate accident, or something that just went a little bit wrong. But the fact that it happened outside your dressing room, and the fact that we have two people in this hallway right now that look very similar, I'm not quite sure it was an accident.
Well, officer, you'd be an idiot to assume that it would be an accident. So I'm going to assume you're not an idiot, and that you are good at your job, and that this is not a coincidence. Either someone was after me, or someone was after her. And points to Eva.
Maybe. Miss. Do you
Hi,
have a name?
Eva. It's
Eva.
been said like 20 times.
Well, I've been busy.
You're very rude, gentleman. Not a way to speak to a lady at all.
I apologize.
Good.
What brought you here this evening?
I am here with Ella. I am her entourage. I am here to get her drinks, make sure she's comfortable, make sure idiot policemen find the people that murdered somebody outside of her door.
Point taken. And have you ever seen the person on the floor before?
Can't say I have particularly.
You do bear a striking resemblance.
I do, but so do a lot of people. You know, fashionable makeup, we all kind of want to look the same way. Plastic surgery is rife, all of that stuff, you know.
You have a point.
I do.
Well, until we can work out which one of you someone was clearly after, I think it's best for the two of you to stick with Evelyn and myself.
Maybe they were after a dead person.
I don't want to take that chance.
Maybe they were after all three.
In which case, I definitely don't want to take that chance.
Three's a party.
Four's a crowd, Evelyn. I'm joking, darling.
No, not at all. I'm just wondering why someone would want to look like someone else so often.
I do it all the time, sweetie. It's called a job.
Of course, Mademoiselle Scott. However, as you say, this is not a perfect job. The scar tissue is quite deep. This is meant to pass cursory glance. This is not for detailed review. The clothes are artfully chosen. You can see that it is a person who has gone to a great deal of effort to appear as one of the crowd, so to speak.
Well, the face was designed to not draw attention, obviously. So maybe we should move away from the face and look for other details as to why this person is here. Perhaps. She gives like Aveline like this like death stare.
Look, I mean, how much longer do we need to stay here specifically? Because this corpse is putting off my actresses, clearly, as you've heard since you've been here, and I've got a show to run. I've got mouths to feed.
I'm sure you do.
Got
you
less
also
mouth
have-
to feed now.
You also have a body in your establishment. Now, I mean, we can call the police right now, and they can shut down your entire evening, cancel all your plans. Or we can deal with this discreetly, as you asked.
Immediately takes out his handkerchief and says, "No, yes, that is indeed preferable."
I'm sure you wouldn't want to lose out on an entire night's trading. Hmm?
Do you get a lot of dead bodies around here?
No, it hasn't been this way since 1916. Sorry, that's a tasteless joke.
Shame on you.
This is a dark city full of dark deeds, and this is clearly one of them. Carter, what do you think?
Carter's going to pull out the match book. Anyone ever heard of Alphanettes?
Oh, that's that new casino that opened up down on the waterfront. Bought out an old warehouse, turned it into a casino. But they're nowhere near the suburbs. I don't know how they think it's going to work.
Strange. So I found this on the floor.
Sounds like a type of food.
I flick the matchbook open. Is it full? Has it been used?
There are a total of 9 matches, 4 of which have been broken off.
This sounds like a place I don't want to go.
Maybe me and Ella can stay here.
I think I'm with the detectives on this one.
Yeah. Do you want to stay in a hallway with Body?
I've been standing there for the last half an hour with it.
Half an hour. You exaggerate. We've been here 7 minutes.
What can I say? Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, I'm sure it does.
It's the heat, the summer
manager,
heat.
you got a phone?
Yeah, sure. There's a phone down in the lobby.
Okay.
Dial 9 to dial out.
Sure thing. So I'm going to head off.
Use my private phone.
The private phone would be preferable.
She's
Sure,
making
Ella.
friends.
Ella shortly has a private phone.
If she doesn't, she could probably get one.
Now, we'll say that
Hey,
there's a private phone in your dressing room. Certainly.
Absolutely. She just like
Yeah.
pushes the door open and just like stays in the doorway. You may.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got to do it. As the door opens, light enters the room. You see the silhouette of the door in the light against the shadow as it just illuminates this little table with like a black phone sitting on a small tabletop.
And it rings.
Let's hope not. Otherwise, someone's going to get cut off. Picking up the phone, Carter's going to ring one of his contacts, who happens to be a medical examiner, and it explains that we've stumbled across a body. We've been asked to look into it. It needs to be handled discreetly. The information is going to be logged officially through the police, but for the time being, we need the body exhumed in a subtle manner.
Oh, well, what do you want from me, Carter? It's a Saturday. You expect me to come down there now, today?
Yes, that right now. That is exactly what I'm asking.
You know you're
You owe
gonna pay. Still, even with owing you, you're gonna need to pay premium rates.
Totally fine. Client request. You know how it is.
All right, look. Soonest I can be there is 3 hours time. I'm having dinner with my family. Damn it. Damn in-laws are over.
Hold on. And putting the receiver to my chest. Turn to the manager. 3 hours.
Look, it's better than. It's better than not at all, I guess. Is that the quickest?
She's not going anywhere.
Oh, but neither's
That's
anyone
very
else
true.
up here.
Who's saying 3 hours?
I know a guy.
Hmm.
Medical examiner.
In 3 hours, my dressing room will start to stink. Can I see the phone?
Sure thing.
Starting to stink now.
Hi, hello, who is this?
Dawkins! Gunter Dawkins, how can I help you?
Hello, Mr. Dawkins. My name is Ella Scott. Do you know it?
You're pulling my leg. You're not Ella Scott.
Well, and if you don't get down here in about 30 minutes, no one will know your name, sir. Either believe me or don't.
All right. Put Carter back on the line, Miss Scott.
Here you go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Carter, what's the address you're at?
Yeah, whatever it is, I relay it. Oh, and yes,
The theater?
that is Ella Scott.
Oh, hell. God damn it, alright, I'll be there in 20 minutes. And, you hear the phone slam.
Gently put the phone down.
Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats.
Slightly better than 3 hours.
I thought so.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Looking around the dressing room, is there anything untoward there? Anything that doesn't seem like it should be, or anything out of place? Has anyone moved anything, or?
I'll give you this one for free. As you look in the room, you disturb the door, you hear a very faint rustle. Looking behind the door, you can see there is an envelope pushed right up against the wall, as though someone had slid it under the door, but the door, unfortunately, had just obscured the envelope rather than reveal it.
Interesting. I pick it up, examine it, before handing it to Ella. Does this look familiar?
Not at all. I open it.
The envelope in a flowery hand says Miss Ella Scott. It looks like the sort of flowery hand used by agents that are punching. Ones that want to hire people they probably can't afford. The paper is high quality paper, blue, sort of pale blue, duck egg blue paper with gold trim all the way around the outside. And it says, Dear Miss Scott, we'd like to invite you to the opening ceremony of Alphanetti's Casino. We'd appreciate it if you came down to our office and spoke to us this evening. We can pay you the grand sum of $10,000 up front and more when we get a contract hashed out. They're offering you $10,000 just $10,000 just to go and talk to them.
Well, it sounds like someone really wants us to go to the casino today.
Are you sure they? Is this typed or handwritten?
Typed.
Handwritten, right? Oh,
Yeah, the the font is sort of a sort of cafe noir font, if you know the one with the thin and thick lines, and but the envelope itself was handwritten, almost certainly with a quill.
That's got to be a typo or a trap.
Are they all they're all facing into the dressing room, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. I assume so. Aveline hasn't said what they're doing yet. They might be doing something different.
Avalon, which way are you facing?
Eveline's actually looking around now, given that we know there was a substantial offer for Miss Scott to go somewhere else. Aveline is now looking around the room. Who would lose out by having Miss Scott not go there? Obviously, Alphanettes wants Miss Scott there. Presumably, $10,000 is enough to sway Miss Scott to attend in the evening.
Yeah.
And
So
would
Potato
that
Hollow in chat.
would that contradict the schedule already built in here? Would that mean that her performance here would be cancelled, that she'd be going to Alphanettes?
I for that kind of money, I think so. So Potato Hollow has kindly done some conversion. So $10,000 in 1940 is the equivalent of $179,500 in 2018. So,
And I stand by it.
I mean, that is an astronomical amount of money.
While they're all in the dressing room, assumedly Eva would be able to stay outside, seeing as she's not too descriptive. Can I check the body without anybody noticing, just to see if they've got if their faces to look like me, if they've got anything particularly that I would notice about the body,
Certainly.
or if they've got anything on them. But only if they're not looking, only if they're in the room, because I don't particularly want them to know that I'm taking an interest in the dead body on the floor.
Okay, yeah, sure. So why don't you give me another difficulty 0 investigation?
Does that come under intellect?
Aveline would still be sitting or kneeling by the body, but she's just generally looking around, so she may not notice you looking.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't want to be too overly obvious that I'm looking at it. So, is it intellect roll?
Intellect roll, indeed, yeah.
That is not a very good intellect roll.
Nah, it looks like you.
She has eyes.
Yeah. Damn.
She may be dead. Let's just check her pulse.
I don't think she's okay.
She's just sleeping.
We should call an ambulance.
Who would take a nap here?
Very inconvenient place to be laying.
Yeah. Oh, you get up.
I'm going to wander into the dressing room then. As soon as I can't look at a body and decide if it's dead or not. I'm going to give up on that fraction. I'm going to go look in the dressing room instead.
Sure, you can enter Miss Scott's dressing room. She's probably used to having her, I forgot what they're called, entourage follow her around, so this isn't too...
Yeah, the entourage would be buzzing around like bees, right? All the time.
The others, they've been dismissed by the manager. Miss
Her
Scott...
entourage a choice.
Yeah, Miss Scott might want to pull them back, but only Eva escaped notice because she was approaching when the manager was getting rid of everyone else and finding Blake and DeRosier, the famous investigators.
Oh yeah. I'll join everybody else then.
However, I'd say a couple do come to the stairs every now and again, and one or two of them are sort of like calling up and being like, "Is everything okay? Does Miss Scott need anything or anything like that?"
No, go away!
No.
I am the favourite. Go away.
Another one comes from the door at the end of the hallway up here. The door that seems to lead outside. There's a fire exit. They don't come from the fire exit, but you can see they come from near the fire exit. And they walk down the hall, and they also are like, hello, is everything okay? Can I help Miss Scott at all?
I'm gonna go turn him around and push him back down. Out.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll head back to my room.
Was she one of the
Hi, friend.
entourage, or was she just someone else?
She would be part of the entourage, yeah.
I said I didn't check.
She would seem so,
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and check that fire escape, I think, while we're waiting for the examiner to turn up.
It's time, isn't it?
Well, tight schedule. Had the mother-in-law around.
Gutted.
It all happened so fast. That evening in the heat, as they all stood around the body outside Miss Scott's dressing room with the light shining down on them, and smoke everywhere, a gunshot went off. Loud, making everyone jump. The bullet didn't hit anyone, ricocheted into the door frame of Miss Scott's dressing room, closest to Eva, of everyone there. As they look up, they see the fire exit open. Bright light shining through the doorway as the summer sun illuminates the silhouette of a suit with a flat hat, gun in hand against the doorway. Having seen that he's missed, the attempted killer dives back out the door and begins to run.
A scorned lover, Miss Scott.
Well, that is where we are right now. We're not going to move forward from the scene. That was just my most noir way of describing what happened. How do you all react to this gunshot as it ricochets into the door frame?
I think immediately drawing this snub nose revolver that's tucked into the holster, just behind my left arm, drawing that and immediately running towards the stairwell.
And Aveline, you were closest. You would have seen the silhouette more clearly than anyone, looking around the room as you were.
Okay, can I make a roll to see if I recognize any features, or was the light coming from behind the person far too much for me to sort of whited out their face?
Yeah, it would have pretty much whited out their face. I can hang on a minute. I can try and replicate it for you. Hang on, let's see if I can do this. Here we go. That one. Okay. Hang on. What we can do is this is roughly what you would have seen against the doorway. Just like that.
Right. I know that man. All right. Well, first of all, Carter's already gotten up and walked around, but look, I jump up and start running after the person.
Fantastic. And how about Miss Scott and Eva?
Ella has hiked up her dress and is running in heels.
Eva is wasn't phased. Obviously, lots of espionage. She's been in situations like this a lot, but she is faking being scared of it because she doesn't want to give the impression that wouldn't scare her. Because I think any normal person if a gunshot's gone off near them, if it's not something they deal with every day, that's going to terrify them. So she's kind of going along with that kind of terrified train. Maybe she cries a bit. Maybe it's some fake tears coming out.
Crocodile tears. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, she needs the sympathy vote.
Well,
Yes.
as you run towards the fire exit, you get to the alleyway just in time to see a car, one of the Model T latest things all over the place, making cars accessible to the poor. What an idea! As it begins driving out of this alleyway down towards the main highway, which is quiet as it should be.
Is there any opportunity for me to get some shots off, potentially do some damage to the car?
If you would like to.
Yeah, I think so. I've got any skills that are actually going to be any good? Yeah, I think I can use my Pierce ability, which just does 1 additional damage. And off the top of my head, I think just a standard like revolver would do 3 damage. So,
yes, please. This will be at range, so please.
Yeah.
Give me. I'm gonna make you all jealous. I've just put a stroop waffle over a cup of tea. Yeah.
What are we going for difficulty?
At range, we'll go for difficulty 4. It's just about to turn the corner. You've only got a small window to hit this shot. Not much time to aim.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend some effort. I'm going to spend 2 points of effort. Fuck.
Your intrusion is that in your concentration on aiming, there is no way for you to tell what the plate was. You focused on the wrong thing.
Well done.
Well,
However, I was there at the same time. So
Unfortunately,
while he was taking a shot,
I mean, we can. What can we do? Because the intrusion will affect all of you. So this would be lead to a dead lead. Perhaps, unfortunately, Carter has elbowed you, Eveline, as he's tried to get his gun up in time. Than that one. I can also do these intrusions at other times where I offer you XP, and you can use XP to do rerolls and things like that. I should also inform Alex and Jay that they do have rerolls left over from last week. So if you would like to reroll that, it's not too late.
Ooh.
oh yes.
Come on, another nat one. Come on.
Oh,
You've
I
done it
take
for us
back my
before.
well done. We'll see what happens.
I was going to say
It's happened before. It's happened
It's
before.
standard. Yeah. Standard for me to just stuff everything up. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Much better.
Oh.
So, Carter, you hit the headlight. 3 points of damage to the car as it spins around the corner. And Aveline, you can see the plate. The plate is SF237.
I'm going to turn to Carter and be like, well, at least they've got a light out now.
Is
What
Eva
do you
being
do? Take them?
is Eva being inspired by Miss Scott? Is that what's happening?
Maybe I am her entourage. I need her to like me.
So. I'd have more than a light out after that.
You're very self-confident.
Goes with the job.
Does it work for you though?
Now and again.
Maybe you could work on getting a better aim.
Well, there's always time for that. Hey,
There's not time for that. The car's gone.
hey Eveline, did you catch the plate?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did.
How's
Well,
it
she is better than you.
Yeah, that's why we work together. That's why we're the best.
She is the best, yes.
So what now, officers?
Now we find out who the car is licensed to.
Mr. Blake?
Well, thankfully there aren't too many Model Ts in town, so it shouldn't be too difficult at all. I'll put in a call with the local police station. They should have everything.
Because your last call was so helpful.
You're more than welcome to make the call on my behalf.
I'll stand by the phone.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go and use the phone again and call the local police department.
Hope you're paying for those call charges.
No, a reverse call charge.
It's true. These old phones do require you to put a quarter in.
There's a little bowl next to my phone.
It's fine. It's fine. I've got
That's
this.
for you to tip her.
What, for borrowing the phone?
Yeah.
I mean, I can leave.
It's payable service, you know. What you doing? Nothing's free in this life.
I mean, that's
Amen to
less
that.
than pocket change to Miss Scott, of course.
I was offered a lot of money just to make an entrance at this casino.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So phoning the local police department, and just speaking to the desk sergeant. It's Carter Blake. I need.
Ah, damn it, Carter! You know I ain't got time to talk to you. I got the chief
Come
up
on.
my ass. Everyone's up my ass every damn day. I can't be doing you no more favors.
Come on,
Ella just takes the phone out of his hands. Hello, who is this?
Oh, who is this? This is the desk sergeant.
Not even a name. Okay, just a title. My name is Ella Scott. I have one. Do you? You should earn one.
Miss Scott.
No. I'm talking. Thank you. Mr. Blake's going to go back on the phone, and you're going to listen to him and do as he says. Otherwise, I'm going to contact your superiors and their superiors and get you and your family removed from the city. Thank you.
Scott Ridley. That's my. Oh, okay. Carter, you what is this?
Yeah, it's me. I need some details on a license plate of a Ford Model T.
God damn it! You can't even run your own plate. God damn it, Carter! I got so much shit going on around here. What's the number?
It's good point.
237.
SF.
SF237.
It's time to get more competent staff.
At least it's local. SF237. All right, look, it was bought by Jimmy Deach. Jimmy Deach, residence near the waterfront. He's got a bit of a record, actually. Assault.
How much?
Possession of narcotics. Firing his weapon. Just a caution that time.
It's not a caution anymore.
I mean, you should always be cautious when firing your weapon, Carter. That's.
So someone in that car just took a pot shot at us.
Well, there is. He has got connections to the mob.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Of course.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Doesn't.
Who doesn't, Eva? As you two have connections to the mob. In fact, the last couple of jobs you took were for some new gang leader. But of course, no one else in your party knows that.
Maybe you should keep closer eye on your gang members.
What?
Now, Aveline, tell Mr. Carter, or tell Mr. Blake for me. How does one do their job competently on their own?
I can understand, Miss Scott, that this is quite a disturbing moment. However, please understand that Mr. Blake has his own talents.
Oh, I'm sure he does, sweetie. I'm sure he does. I hope they come to light soon.
Do any of those talents include finding the person that's shooting?
Well, funnily enough, yeah.
Why are we still here then?
Well, because the body hasn't been picked up yet.
Well, where's your friend then?
Should be here any minute now.
Oh, his family are going to get excommunicated.
You do see a long bed saloon car, one of the handmade jobs, old 1920s car, turn into the down the alleyway. Despite its age, the car has been very well maintained. It has a long body, large roof covering it. It's sort of like what you would recognize as an estate car today, with double doors at the back, which the guy opens and proceeds up the fire escape since he sees you all up there, and he's like, all right, Carter, I guess it's up there with you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I'll be right up. We're gonna have to come down the main stairs when we bring the body down, though. The manager behind you like chokes. Like, you can't. We can't carry a body down the main staircase in the middle of the theater. What do you want me to do? Cordon the area off? To tell everyone to close their eyes?
Roll it down. Sorry, dead man's pushed down the stairs.
If that's what you have to do to get the body out, that's what you have to do. So why don't you do that? It's a great idea.
No, look. These old buildings. There must be a winch or something around here. Or surely we can just lift the thing down with a winch. There's got to be something.
No. Just leave it with me, okay?
How about this? I go out.
Leave it with him.
Everyone will be around me. Then you get the body out.
That's a good point.
That is a very good idea. How about we just take the approach that this young lady has merely fainted and take her to hospital, and I'll carry her out.
That is nowhere near as much fun.
Miss Scott, if you're okay, providing distraction.
Distraction? Is that what you think I am?
Dun dun dun.
Not at all.
Darling, I'm the main attraction.
Mademoiselle, if you could perhaps be the shining light that we know you are.
Oh, Aveline, you flatter. Flattering gets you everywhere.
Okay, so as Aveline, no, not as Aveline, as Miss Scott goes down the stairs, indeed the paparazzi will very quickly crowd around taking pictures, and you get Miss Scott, how comes your show tonight's been cancelled? We heard there's been a disturbance in the theater. Someone else is like, will you be staying here for long? How many shows do you think you'll do before you move on to the next one? Another one is, we've heard rumors that you'll be appearing in some new places opening. Can you tell us anything about that? And just like bombarded with questions from all over as these people are taking photos and trying to get notes down.
She pulls up a finger like, I'm going home for the evening. I have a cough.
In the background, I guess Blake is escorting the...
It's not so much escorting. I've basically just picked her up and not quite thrown her over my shoulder, but... But I'm
sack of potatoes, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
You're like firemen's carry her.
Yeah.
There is an elderly couple standing by the door of the theatre. You can hear them discussing. One says, well, I don't know, we could head down to perhaps that other theatre, or there's that new casino that's opened. And, we can't go gambling, can't afford to go gambling, never will, never do. Never a borrower or lender be, you know that. And as you walk past with this body, they both just sort of stop and look at you.
Had a little bit too much to drink, I'm afraid.
Oh, kids today.
Just can't hold the liquor.
You'd think after all that prohibition nonsense they'd stop abusing it.
Ah, they'll never learn. So Carl carry her out and walk around the building and then just put her in the back of the wagon.
I believe in.
Did you just like throw her in? Just...
Well, doesn't make any difference, does it?
All right, good work, Carter. I'll get this body exhumed and all that shit. I assume you've cleaned up the crime scene.
Enough, yeah.
That's good. That's good enough for me. I need to get back to my meal. Tell Miss Miss Scott, can I get an autograph?
Maybe. Tomorrow.
Damn
I'll sort it. Don't worry.
That's a good. I need.
Don't worry. I'll sort it.
I told my mother-in-law that I was gonna get her Miss Scott as soon as I got out of the house. You gotta come through for me here, Blake.
I got you.
Damn it, that's 2 I owe you.
I owe you this time.
Yeah, okay, that makes us even.
There you go.
And drives away.
Okay, so
Best friends you have there. Where's he going with the dead body? Like, is he going back? Is he taking that dead body back to his mother-in-law?
could make for an interesting meal.
She might never come back again.
Not
Maybe that's what he wants.
I mean, I just need to clarify they're not cannibalism. Or maybe it is. He works in a mortuary. Who knows?
Centerpiece.
Oh.
Cannibalism gets my O card.
Right. So, gathering up the troops. I'm just going to. I think part of me wants to hail a cab, but the other part of me is just like, I'm going to get shouted at, aren't I?
Do you really think that Miss Scott is going to go in a cab?
Can we really trust anyone?
Where common, dirty people go.
You're not helping. Do you think you can?
I'm saving you from the screaming you're going to get if you put her in a cab. That's fine. Put her in a cab. See what happens.
Carter, perhaps we should listen to the young lady. She does, after all, know Miss Scott well.
Yes.
I'm fine. I've got earplugs.
Okay. Well, do you think you can get hold of her driver and get the car to pick us up and take us down to the waterfront?
Yeah. I'd imagine that's something I could probably do, Scrap.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Why not? Blended in with everyone else.
You would know that the driver would wait in the parking lot. Stays with the car. Essentially, he's a car bodyguard as well as driver.
Yes, yeah. If you follow me, we can go to Miss Scott's car. I would take her with you, or the driver might think he's being hijacked.
I think it's probably better if someone goes to fetch the driver.
Ah, fine. God, you're so lazy. Just gonna walk off muttering about how lazy he is.
Evelyn heads along with Eva, especially since the shot was quite close to Eva. Evelyn's not entirely convinced that Miss Scott is the target, especially since the similarities.
Are you my bodyguard now?
Oh, mademoiselle, I am here to make sure that we all have a great evening.
A better evening than that woman in the back of the car.
Quite so, yes.
Kyle, I imagine that Ella would have bought the car, so would you like to describe the car to us?
It is a sleek black Mustang upholstered with white leather.
Of course, of course. Hang on, I'm gonna Google this because I like cars.
I don't know if it's a real car or not.
Oh no, it is. Oh, you know what it kind of looks like?
What?
I imagine it would kind of look like. It looks like one of the old like box cars. You know, like a Austin is the cheap version that was made in the UK some years later, which probably isn't much help if you're not from the UK. Large pointed nose, long body, sleek, no runners along the door, just a nice thick. I'll tell you what, I'll grab some. I'll grab an image. I found some images. I'll grab you some.
I'm trying to find
yeah,
it, but...
Ford Coupe. I mean, I found one that's just the body.
Carter, perhaps you can keep Miss Scott company while I ensure that Miss Eva is safe.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the best idea. Thanks. Please hurry. Please.
Of course, it will also give you time to work upon your report together.
Please hurry.
Maybe you could be a bit more friendly.
Yeah, and so you as you come around the corner, you see this this beautiful car. We put a picture in chat, and Kyle seems happy.
That's lovely.
Yeah, there's a beautiful car. A guy reading a paper standing nearby, and as you walk towards, he's like, "Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! This is you can't come near this car."
Can I use the spin identity to convince him that I am one of the entourage?
I thought you were going to say convince him that you were Miss Scott, and I was going to be like, yes. No, entourage, that's fine.
I could, but then I'd have to try and convince Aveline as well, and then when we get back, I'd have to try and explain that.
Yes, you can. What are you trying to do with this ability? Other than convince him that you are one, I mean, what is your ultimate goal? Are you looking to persuade him to come with you, or...?
The driver person? Yeah, I want to convince him that I am one of her entourage, but I am like her favourite entourage at the moment. So like me coming to get the car wouldn't be an unusual thing, just because I kind of think I'm trying to convince Aveline and that I am part of her entourage. If her driver then turns around and is like, "Who the hell are you? Go away, I've never seen you before."
Yeah,
might blow my cover slightly.
Yeah, that's fine. So the driver will turn to you as you approach and be like, as he recognizes you as one of the entourage, he's like, "Oh, I heard the show was cancelled. Does that mean Miss Scott's ready?"
Yes, if you could bring the car around the front, that would be really good. Thank you.
All right, excellent. I'll meet you around the front. And he gets in the car without opening any of the doors for either of you and drives away.
He's very polite. We are very glad to have him on our team.
He seems like a pig, but whatever.
You are a great judge of character.
Let us ensure that the Miss Scott is delivered safely to her destination.
Yes. Guess
And
we're
how is
walking.
it? How is it that you came to be within Miss Scott's orbit?
I worked at a club that she did a show at once. You know how it is, these famous people, if they like you, then they like you. The job that I had before wasn't particularly a regular job. It was kind of a as and when they needed somebody there, they needed some help. She asked me if I wanted to join her as part of her entourage as a more permanent kind of job. You know how the job market is nowadays. Can't really say no.
Oh, but of course, it is a tough life at the moment in the city. I understand.
It is. I mean, bit of a Miss Scott is a much nicer life, I think, than it is outside of being with her. As long as you're nice to her, she's reasonably nice.
Of course, it is beautiful standing in the sun.
Yes, just don't get burnt.
And as you are both out here, a small glass vial falls from the ceiling, from the roof of the building, and hits the ground next to you in a puff of smoke. Since you are both together, and the dice chose you both for the random potion effects earlier, could you please both roll me a D100?
Bloody ninjas.
51.
Ooh. 19.
This, for you, Aveline, this has a psychedelic effect.
How am I going to get her back to the car?
To your eyes, Aveline, there is the overwhelming stench of manure for just a second.
Right.
And then you sprout an extra arm. The arm grows out, perhaps from under your current arm, grows out and drops off of your body, turns into a kitten, and runs away.
Can I see this?
Let's find out. You look to Aveline as Aveline cries in shock from their arm, I'm sure. However, as you turn, perhaps your mouth is slightly agape, and rainbows pour from your mouth, obscuring your view of Aveline.
Rainbow.
And you can only smell sausage gravy.
Where did you get these from?
This is a D100 list of potions from the internet.
The internet is strange.
And that's why we're on it.
I think I had drank one too many martinis.
It has been
They
some
are
time
extra
since
dirty.
I danced with the Green Fairy. I do not believe that would be it. I look down. Is the arm still there?
No, it turned into a kitten and ran away.
Oh, of course.
That's actually worse.
Well,
Was it still kitten shaped when it ran away?
Yeah.
Was it like?
Your arm shaped.
Was it furry or was it like an arm that had molded into a kitten?
The fingers slowly morphed into two front and back legs. The middle finger grew into a head. The long stump that makes the arm turned into the tail, and it trotted away with a small.
You created life. A messed up life, but you created life.
Some evenings are much more interesting than others, I must admit. Goodbye, kitten. I hope you have a wonderful life.
How high are you both right now?
Around
Holy
the front of the theatre, the car.
Toads.
The car pulls up. It's a very shiny car. Of course, in this noir world, everything is a shade of grey or black, but this is a very shiny car.
Are we still off looking for this hand kitten?
You can join in when you are ready. However long you want to spend chasing psychedelic apparitions is up to you. But Ella and Carter, the car arrives around the front.
I walk up to the chauffeur. I say, Daniel, take the night off. I'm going to be taking the car out for a spin with some friends.
All right, Miss Scott. No problem. Just let me know where you want me to pick it up, and I will be there as quick as possible. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, darling. Mr. Blake, do you know where our compatriots are?
Well, I assume in the car park or on their way round. Should we wait?
I feel like we'd probably just be sitting in the car park talking about all this psychedelic stuff that's happening. I totally forgot what we're doing. Just like...
Yeah, and it's like it all makes perfect sense. Like it's absolutely a part of this world, just like a yellow brick road.
That's totally normal. That's what happens.
You're suddenly a world of color.
Yeah. Just both sitting in the middle of this car park, like
And yeah, that's right. We're just sitting there and we're just getting along really, really well, just discussing all this psychedelic shit.
We're having a great time.
We should probably go to the car park.
Hop on in.
When you turn up, and I'm just like, then his hand turned into a cat. Crazy. Never seen anything like it.
Mr. Blake, does your partner usually indulge in extracurriculars?
No. In fact, quite against it most of the time. Apart from last Thursday.
Crazy.
Anyway, just leave the car running. Carter's going to hop out and go up to Aveline, sort of start checking her pupils. Are you okay?
Did you take our kitten?
There's no kitten.
It was an arm. The arm came off and transformed, and it kind of morphed into a cat, and it ran away.
You did not see my armed kitten run away past you? Carter, you need to watch better.
He should pay a lot more attention to things. Who misses an armed kitten? I mean, seriously.
Not you two. Just we need to get in the car.
Carter, why don't you make me an investigation check, difficulty 0?
Yes, please.
Oh, my friend, and you call yourself a detective.
Oh, I just
Terrible,
I'm so
terrible.
disappointed. Being so nasty.
Mm.
Missing my armed kitten.
You can tell that Aveline's eyes are incredibly dilated. It would seem that she has undertaken some sort of strong narcotic, not a strong narcotic, a strong psychedelic recently, but hopefully shouldn't last too long.
Okay. And she's linked arms with Ava by now, because they're best of friends.
We're best mates now.
Yeah, that's it.
We're having a great time.
Mm.
Screw you, miserable guys.
So I gotta shoo the two of them into the back of the car. And then,
but we are quite comfortable here. Why would you? Can things not be brought to us?
No. We're gonna go and look for the arm kitten. Come on,
Mr. Blake, check the glove compartment. I might have some smelling salts for them.
No, might. Yes, of course.
I'll get in the car. There might be a kitten in there.
I'll get in the car. There may be cocaine in there.
It probably is. Let's just get in the car.
Bien, as you say, we should get in the car.
Perfect.
Do you always like this?
Yes, he's always quite
So
rigid.
demanding. Get in the car.
Yes,
God, if he'd seen the arm kitten, he'd be a much cheerier person.
I think so.
I would. I'm gonna sort of lean over to over the back seats of the car, or the front seats of the car rather, and just discreetly say they seem to be under the influence of some kind of narcotic. I've not worked out what yet.
Thank you, Detective Obvious.
As soon as Eveline gets in the car, she's sort of
there are no
scraping around, looking around for the cocaine.
Why would we need seatbelts? We're going for a joyride. sunglasses down.
I like her.
I'm not after a seatbelt. There is no cocaine here, no?
No, there isn't. No,
At this stage, I think it's still legal. So,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually prescribed by doctors. So,
Yep. No cocaine in the car though. It's in the glove box. You will find some smelling salts.
what a shame. Very well. And
you'd-
she reaches into her pocket, pulls
you'd
out a
Probably also
small
find.
little tin. She has her own little.
It's okay. I brought my own.
She closes it up.
Probably also find in the glove box a roll of duct tape.
A roll of duct tape.
With the cocaine, or
No, just in the
No.
glove box.
Why is
And a spanner
spanner's fair?
and a starting handle.
Also fair. Duct tape though.
in what world is that fair?
The 1940s.
I don't trust you because you didn't see the kitten.
Mm. None of this helped us with the kitten earlier, did it?
No, it didn't. We didn't find the kitten. What if it's out there lost all on its own, looking for its arm, mummy?
It's a kitten. They find their way home.
Me-
It's fine. Miss Scott, can we please go?
Oh, she's already driving.
Good. Wonderful. I open the door and jump out.
So we're rolling around in the back. Just sort of trying to have this conversation.
I wish there was some way to restrain you.
I think
You can just knock him out.
No.
During the drive to the waterfront, there would be enough time for Eva and Aveline to sober up somewhat. Although it would seem that someone did try and assault your senses. You'd be aware of the fact that someone did try and essentially drop drugs on you, perhaps to throw you off the scent or something, but they didn't attack.
They could do that more. We had a great time.
Well, and I did cocaine after I got in the car, so
The
So all of
worst
that is
detective.
No. It's
so all of that
sharpens
is
the focus. It's all
She
fine.
started off as the best detective, but now
yeah, I've just derailed myself
it
completely.
was
the
a,
highest detective.
it was a steep drop.
Her true nature's coming out.
That's right. Well,
She's
she is
great.
a-
I love her.
She's got a mysteries, and welcome to
Get
my
it.
mysteries.
She's getting in the zone.
AutoZone.
Okay.
Danger zone.
You can get to the waterfront. You can see there is indeed a large casino-style decoration on one of the warehouses. It would seem that it says opening tonight. Alphanetti's. Two
Has
guys.
anyone else
Go on.
even heard of this place?
Well, they're
No,
marketing
darling.
point.
Oh, Eva, we might need to roll a deception because you have heard of this place.
Oh, bollocks. Okay. What do I roll for deception?
Deception.
Can't see deception.
You can
Oh,
roll
just-
intellect. I imagine it's another empathy skill.
I got deceiving. Still good.
Close enough.
That's good.
What difficulty am I doing it on?
Possibly against detecting a lie. It'll be a PvP roll if anyone wants to roll against it.
Oh yes.
Definitely. What would I roll against that?
Do you have a skill, Carter, for detecting lies or something like that?
I do.
That would be the skill if you've got it. Otherwise, it'd just be intellect.
Is that to get me? Am I just rolling it on a 0 difficulty?
Yeah, just roll it on a 0 difficulty. We'll see if it beats at the moment. If it beats a 2.
Just.
I
Oh.
still have a re-roll.
You do. And it all currently relies on Aveline's roll if Aveline is rolling.
Oh yes, of course. Seeing through deception.
What?
Yes.
Go away, Evelyn. You're high. Leave me alone. We're friends.
Oh, 20.
Nat
Well,
20?
fuck.
On a nat 20, you would get a mass. You would get a major effect. What was your major effect suggestion from your focus?
My major effect is when you solve a mystery, the target of your revelation is stunned by your dazzling wit, unable to move or act for a round.
So, Aveline, you on a nat 20. I mean, either you can use your reroll if you want, but unless you also get a nat 20, it's going to be pretty much useless. Aveline, you suddenly see through. Perhaps it is the sharpened wits. Who knows? But you suddenly see through Eva's deception and realize that she has the trappings about her of the sort of person who might well work for the mob, and that this place may indeed be somewhere that she knows about. And Eva, you are stunned when Aveline reveals this information, which I'm sure they are bound to do in a short moment.
Ah, Miss Eva. She actually leans in because now they're best friends. I see that you have been here before. You are not a stranger to this element.
If I'm stunned, can I not reply or can I respond?
You can respond in a...
Because Miss Scott
shocked way.
believes me, doesn't she? Gonna lean into Aveline and be like, "Are you calling Ella Scott a liar?"
No, I am merely keeping your secrets. But understand that I've seen yours.
Duly noted.
Are you two done conspiring in the back, or can we move on inside?
Have you found our kitten yet?
I ran over it with the car.
Well, shit. Jesus, you didn't have to do that. Could have adopted it out or something. Christ. Alright, well, kitten's gone. Let's carry on. She is not good with animals.
More
well-
a people person, perhaps.
Not good with people either.
As you pull up near the casino, there are two men in pinstripe grey suits standing by the door, and one of them walks over. They're not wearing full suits, they're just wearing suit trousers and waistcoat. One of them walks over and leans down and opens the door for you, Miss Scott, and offers a hand. Good evening, Miss Scott. We were expecting you.
Thank you. Don't touch me.
Puts their hand behind his back, holding the door for you.
Do you know who would be expecting me?
Why, Mr. Finetti himself, of course.
Could you please escort me and my friends to Mr. Fernetti?
Of course I can, my lady.
This seems like a great place to go into.
All four of you are coming. Are these your agents, or...?
Well,
Bodyguards.
give us a moment. I'll meet you at the door and let you know.
Certainly. No problem.
Are all four of us going to Mr. Fernetti?
May as well. We can leave Carter in the car to guard it if you like.
I don't care about the car.
No, but they might kill him.
I'm standing right here.
Oh, I didn't see you, sorry. You're a worthy distraction.
And rather short, really.
Turning to Avalon. I don't think this job's paying anywhere near enough.
Remember the last one, though. They liked you and they did not like me.
You have a point.
How
Come on,
stupid were
let's
they?
go. Very well, yes, we will play your bodyguards, and of course, Eva will be your entourage.
Very well.
Can I use my disguise kit?
Why do you have a disguise kit?
I totally forgot about that. Well, what are you packing in your suitcase?
Guns.
Oh yeah, but you're questioning my disguise kit when you have a suitcase of guns.
It makes complete sense, Carter. It was okay. Miss Eva and I have an understanding.
Very well.
Yeah, let's get disguised up. I got a whole suitcase, loads of stuff. Which one? Full disguises.
What will you be disguising yourself as?
I'm making an
Miss Eva?
assumption. I don't know what just got in a disguise kit, but that is my assumption I'm making. I'm going to be a bodyguard. Kind of slip back my hair, full nice suit.
You're gonna
Some
be-
of Carter's guns, thanks.
There's enough.
Are we ready?
Oh,
Did
yes.
it.
We are bodyguards now.
Well, let's go. Squad roll up.
Carter, what gun you giving me?
Smallest one with
I
the
knew
fewest
that.
bullets.
It's just a tiny pistol.
The Derringer.
Pew, pew.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it hides easily.
Hello, Miss Scott. I'm glad you are ready. Please follow me and I'll take you to Mr. Fonetti.
Tell it the mouse from Zootopia. You dare question me on this my day of my daughter's marriage.
And who knows, that could have
Wow.
been inspiration.
Yes, just right this way. Follow me.
Take us to the man himself.
And he leads you to an office. As you walk through this warehouse, you can see people setting up slot machines still, despite the opening tonight sign. And at the back of the room, you can see lots of crates with straw in them.
That's not sketchy at all.
Big decor you got here.
People are moving the
Uh,
crates around.
Mister, what was your name again?
Oh, my name, I'm a nobody, miss, but my friends call me Legs.
All right, Mr. Legs. Why are all the crates still? Why are you not ready to open?
Well, we are setting up the stage. That's all the stage equipment there, all the scaffolding and all of that sort of thing.
Oh, a stage. Interesting. And did you not think it'd be appropriate to have this all prepared for your grand opening? Or do you think it'd be suitable to invite me here with a half-finished casino?
Oh, I don't presume to know anything, Miss Scott. I just do what I'm told.
Well, let's see what the man himself thinks.
Of course, of course. On our way through,
He comes past the door with a big star on it. He says,
whilst you were staying here, the Fonetti told me to tell you this would be your dressing room. It's got all the latest things, including this new thing, air conditioning. Stays cool even in these hot summers.
Witchcraft.
He thinks he's going to butter me up to get me to stay here.
Witchcraft.
Please go this way.
takes you further along this. It's more like a balcony, really, than a backstage area along the side of the warehouse, so where the offices would be above the floor. And opens the door to the manager's office. And behind the desk sits a striking woman with long blonde hair that sits on her pinstriped suit.
Oh.
Please,
And you are?
come in, Miss Scott. I'm Mr. Fonetti.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yes, most unfortunate, but some people won't even sign a deal with with a woman. This clears a lot of
Well.
bureaucracy for me.
I'm not some of those people.
Of course.
And
Aggressive of you.
Shut up, Carter!
Tell me, Miss Ferzetti, what is this casino of yours?
Close the door, Legs.
the feeling of impending doom heightens.
Seriously.
This casino is a front, Miss Scott. A front for my organization.
What?
You just come out right out and say those things, do you?
Indeed I do, to my trusted advisors. And I assume your entourage are to be trusted.
Sometimes. What is this organization of yours?
Well, I'm sure you've heard of the many families here in the States. Well, I got fed up of all the brothers and male cousins pushing us around. I figured it's time that a mama or nana started running things, if you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
How out of place do you think Carter feels right now?
So here's the deal. You would bring a degree of professionalism to my little organization here. I'll have the stage all set up. We'll pay you a ridiculous amount of money. Really, you can name your price. And meanwhile, we run guns out the back.
It's a interesting deal you have made. Would you give me a moment to discuss with my associates?
Certainly, Miss Scott. You take all the time you need. I do hope you won't be telling anyone about our little conversation.
Absolutely. You'll give us the room then?
Please, take my annex. And she gestures to the room. There's a door to the side.
Very well.
Carter's going to take the lead, go in, have a very, very thorough look around before anyone starts talking. Make sure there's no listening devices, no one else in the room.
There's not a window in this room. The main source of light comes through a large, slow-moving fan on the wall. A sort of dull moonlight shines through into the room, which swishes softly with the fans. There's a small coffee table here, a little smoke still rising in the light, a water cooler nearby, and there's a small station where there's like tea and coffee facilities.
Okay. So nothing out the ordinary, nothing untoward.
Make me an investigation check.
Difficulty?
5.
Okay. Let us spend some effort.
Anyone can make this check as well.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Oh, well, never mind. As a Carter, you see there is indeed a small hole in the bottom corner of a picture on the wall near the water cooler.
You want to be a mage or a fighter?
Thank you very much for that
I
sub,
can
Carl.
show you how to be a shield.
You've just been gifted one, I guess.
Oh, thanks.
It's not come up in Streamlabs yet, actually. That or I'm not scrolled down. But anyway, yeah, in the corner of a Potato Hollow gifted you a sub. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, in the corner of a painting, you can just see the glint of light as it reflects from the fan. There is a small spy hole there, and inside there is a wire.
Okay. So casually walking around the room, I'll not look like I'm doing anything particular, just sort of pacing up and down, and then pick up pour a cup of coffee, and then make it look like I've tripped, and sort of just pour it through onto the device.
By all means,
You
I'll
should
give you
be more
that
careful.
as a free action.
Then circling back round, walking up to the group. It's probably best that we keep our voices low. They've bugged the room.
Duh.
Well, at least she saved us from the preamble of trying to work out what exactly she's after.
She's very forthcoming with information. Just
Mm.
Seems to be. Scott, do you normally have that effect on people? Do they normally, tell you their master plans before anything's happened? Because that could be useful.
Surprisingly, no, they're not usually that stupid.
No, it's quite strange. It makes me wonder whether or not we have a choice.
does it look like we have the choice?
Well, I mean, currently we are severely outgunned.
Say, you are the detective.
We really have nothing to go on right now to make an accurate assumption. We need to find who that car belongs to. I'm assuming it's someone here.
A Deech. Jimmy, something like that. Deech is who the vehicle's registered to at this address.
Jimmy!
Oh. So perhaps we implore our matron to see what she knows of this Deech.
Well, if he happens to be around, I think she would take umbrage in knowing that they tried to shoot you. Or, we can potentially try to say that they tried to shoot you specifically. Their star.
Perhaps that would be a good way to leverage the situation.
Indeed.
Mademoiselle did say that she has had issues with men in the past.
Do you think
in
run-ins
criminal
with other
organizations? Perhaps this is someone else making a statement. But I have yet to understand why perhaps the messenger was killed.
You are not wrong, Aveline. I think our next move should be finding out exactly who this man is and what connections he has to Lady, what's her name again? I forget.
Fernetti.
Lady Fernetti. If that's even her name. Do you agree?
Fernetti, I do believe that would be her name. She is from the families that care about such things, where a name is important.
Yeah, I'd agree.
From outside the room, you hear rustling. Could be like a newspaper or something.
Perhaps Miss Fernetti does know more about this Jimmy Deech. He may well be employed by a rival.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Let's find that out.
Mr. Blake, perhaps you should enter the room first. Who knows what lies beyond it?
Indeed.
Big strong man like yourself.
Okay. So I go up to the door and open it before stepping into the other room.
There is a knock
Boom!
before you open the door.
Yeah.
May I join you briefly? I'd like to join your little conversation for just a moment.
Please do come in.
I stand aside and open the door.
she steps into the room. Maybe it's the way the suit's tailored, or maybe it's something else. But there seems are those flared trousers? I don't know. They just seem to go on forever. And she steps.
Bottom jeans.
Yeah, the trousers. I don't know. Maybe it's the way they're cut or something. But woman in a suit. Perhaps it's just the shock of seeing a woman in a suit in this. I don't know. There's something about it. Very straight as well. Very straight. It's almost strange the way she walks as she enters the room. Now, I was most excited when I saw you come, Miss Scott, but I was slightly disappointed to see another one of your party here. And her eyes fall on Eva.
How do you mean?
Your entourage there. I believe we've worked before, haven't we? I could be wrong. You take on many identities.
Who are you?
And it's true. You haven't seen this woman before. You did indeed work for a Mr. Finetti.
Ah.
I don't think I've worked for you.
Yeah, you were just here just last week. I believe we gave you a job involving Mrs. Scott to kill her.
You might be talking about the dead woman that looked like me.
I was going to say that was not a good job at all. That was set by one of my former patriarchy-driven family, shall we say. Although what we're about to do will rock the entirety of the families. But, Miss Scott, why don't you stay in here with me for just a moment, and the rest of you head through. I'd like to just offer you a proposal.
I'd rather not. Perhaps two of our party could leave us, but my dear Aveline is my most trusted advisor, and she will be staying with me.
Of course.
Mr. Blake?
You wish. Come, Eva.
Of course, ma'am.
When you open the door, the room has been lined. The rustling wasn't paper, but what looks like plastic put all along the floors and up the walls. And in the room stands the thug from outside with a Tommy gun and a butcher's knife.
What?
So I make literally no noise at all, and as we both leave the room, I just I turn around and shut the door behind me. If there's anything locked or anything like that, lock it.
I'm gonna say to Carter not to do anything. Shut the door. By all means, shut the door.
Yep. And then we're just gonna stand either side of the door.
Well, now look, we can do this the quick way, he holds up the gun, or the slow way. It's up to you. Some people are into that stuff. We can either start with that or I finish with that when you're dead.
Sorry? Dead?
Wait a minute.
I don't think so.
Yep. Afraid so. You dug too deep.
Can I do spin identity on him?
Yeah.
Can I convince him that I'm the gangster lady? I cannot remember her name. I'm sorry. It's completely.
Nettie.
She was going by Finetti, yeah.
Even didn't pay that much attention to her, to be honest. She wasn't that fast. Yeah, to convince him that I'm her.
Sure. You'd need to do. I'm not sure how you would. Describe to me how you would do it.
Oh no, I can't. Wait a minute. Don't impersonate a specific individual known to them.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do instead. It says I can convince an intelligent creature who can see, they have to be able to see me and understand me, that I am someone other than who I am. So I can't convince him of a specific person that he knows. So can I convince him that I am part of her family, but a higher up member of her family than she is? So that I would have a higher ranking than she does.
Yeah, sure. He's pulling the butcher knife out of. He's got a very nice leather holster on his side for the butcher knife.
Why don't you just go for you're actually the assassin?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd fall for that though. Like, I need to be someone that could convince him to jog on.
No, just side with him and make it, like, give him the impression that you're just going to do me in.
How do you know I'm not going to?
Well, Carter doesn't.
I'll push you for a decision.
Yeah. Go.
No, I'm going to convince him of being one of the members of the family because we want him to leave. We might not be able to actually kill him.
Okay, and how will this look as he's literally cocking the Tommy gun?
To him, I'm going to look like a really tall, big, muscly guy.
How?
From her family. Because I spin identity. That's my skill. That's what I do. It doesn't say how. In whatever way I need to, I convince them. That's what they see.
Perhaps it's the low light coming through the high. I forgot what it's called. The high
blinds.
Yeah, that'll do. I was thinking of the other word. Window, frosted window. The frosted panes of the window as this dull moonlight comes through. Eva suddenly the shadows fall across Eva's body in such a way that she's pulled her hat down again in such a way that she is almost, certainly a gangster.
I'm going to ask him what on earth he thinks he's doing, stepping away from his post.
Stepping away from my post? What are you talking about?
Your post at the front door. Why are you away from the door? What if somebody comes in? What if somebody sees it?
Sorry, who do you think you are? I just need to. Who are you?
What do you mean? Who am I?
Well, I was expecting the private investigator here, who's masquerading as something, but I was also expecting the nondescript looking girl. Not you. Who's you?
Maybe you should pay more attention to your job. You need to go back to your post.
Miss Finetti said I was to kill anyone who came out of that.
Would you like me to go and get Miss Finetti?
Roll me an intellect persuasion.
How do I do it as persuasion? Where is it?
It's just a skill, which you are trained in.
No, perception I'm trained in. I am trained in deceiving, actually.
Yeah.
We can do this as a deception if you like. They're basically the same thing.
Yeah, what's the difficulty?
I think he's a difficulty 4 individual.
So I'm trained, so that would take it down to a 3.
Just set the trained bit.
Oh no, it is on trained, yeah, no, I'm working it out in my head, sorry. So that'd be difficulty 4. And then I'm going to... There's intellect untrained, so I'm going to spend 5 to put 2 effort into it.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. I'm re-rolling. I have a re-roll.
And so does Mirrors, thanks to
That's
Kyle
ridiculous.
earlier
I'm re-rolling. That's why I'm trained as well.
I know.
I
you did this on the you did it on the initiative as well.
Right, I'm at. So I spent 5 intellect already. I'm gonna do 2 effort again.
Hey.
Thank God for that. I'm also gonna start just kind of screaming inconsolably at him.
No, you don't need to get Miss Vanetti. I'll go and get back to my post at the door.
All right, and he leaves.
Poor confused bloke doesn't know what he's doing now. Just wandering off scared.
I
I think Carter's just going to turn and go, how did you do that?
I have many talents. Maybe if you paid more attention to people and listened to things that I've been saying, you'd know that, but no, you didn't.
would like to
Joyful.
offer everyone an intervention.
Yes! My character's impulsive.
I don't know what this means.
When you roll in that 1, I get a free intervention. I can also pay you XP to get an intervention.
It's going to be bad for us, but it's fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I'm impulsive. My impulses told me to say yes, so I did.
Why the hell not?
That is always my answer.
Life is a mystery, and I love to ponder the mysteries.
Where's the
Please.
cocaine?
Well, as this guard leaves the room, the smoke carries on rising from the various ashtrays around, blown gently by the fan in the internal room. The two of you are split, and Carter and Eva, would you try and open the door and get back in where Miss Finetti is?
Yeah.
When you open the door, there is just a brick wall there.
Magic.
You were on psychedelics the entire time.
Ella and Aveline, you may feel the slight lurch and whir of mechanics as it seems the room is moving.
You know, Carter, there's a really nice car outside.
Where's the door?
Okay, fine. We'll pay attention to that. We'll ignore the nice car. It's just a
Can't find going
suggestion.
anywhere, is it?
So, Mrs. Fernetti, what are you doing?
Making power plays. Miss Scott, one of the things I'm going to need you to do first of all is, we need you to lie low for a little while. Ideally, I wouldn't like to kill you, but I would like those people to go down for murder first. Of course, I'll pay you an extortionate amount for this inconvenience and ship you basically anywhere you want. Do you fancy a week in Miami or some other sort of resort? It's on
Now,
us.
why in the world would I do that?
I really don't like negotiating this way. She pulls a small pistol from the inside of her jacket. Would you like to go on holiday somewhere, anywhere?
I don't see why you would pull the gun out, ma'am. I am simply asking a simple question. Give me an explanation.
Well, you see, I'm willing to pay for no questions asked.
You see, my paychecks are large enough.
Well, that really is a shame. That really is a shame.
Miss Frenetti, tell me, is there a reason that certain people must be implicated in this? Or could it be anyone?
Well, ideally, I would like to implicate that Eva character that you've been hanging around with. She is a known employee of the mob.
Yes, of course, but I do believe that she is loyal to a paycheck and certainly loyal to Miss Scott. I believe that she can be trusted in this to show, how do you say, discretion?
There is a sudden feeling of weightlessness in the room, and then you hear like a splash as though the room has entered water.
Oh, feel like I need a bullwhip.
Ella pulls out a cigarette and says, "All right, I'll play your games. Say I were to take this vacation. What then?"
Well, after a week or so, we'd get you back into town, and you'd be like, oh, Miss Scott found, stunt double found dead. We'll get someone, we'll dress someone up to look like you. We're really good at that. And, once Eva goes down, Mr. Blake and Mr. Rosier, I hope you'll accept a hefty, bribe. And, I'll be the new power in town. And I'd owe you all a big favor.
Perhaps we could use the dead assassin in the defense of Miss Scott.
Yeah.
Perhaps
I'd love.
they were shot.
I would love to know who took care of my Eva impersonator.
What is your fascination with Eva?
She was my mark. She was the one that I was going to. You see, no one knows Eva. She's a nobody. The crime would have all been focused on you, Scott. I would have had.
You're a terrible employer.
I'd have
She's
had
not
some.
a nobody. She is a how do you say, a grey person, one who is adept at blending in, and one quite resourceful at doing so.
The one that thinks she's on a drug trip at the moment. So.
I do understand that, but you see, my brothers and cousins have employed her before, and she is truly one of the best, which is why I wanted to implicate her. So,
Where is Fernetti sitting?
She is sitting on the couch opposite from the coffee table, legs crossed.
Ella's gonna walk over and sit next to her with the cigarette. So, I take the vacation. I return. You pay off Mr. Rosier. What happens to Mr. Blake and Eva then? I'm assuming you're trying to get rid of Eva.
Yes, we take Eva away from the scene. Frankly, she's too good.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Blake?
Well, hopefully we can make a deal with him too.
A deal. And one more question. Sorry, where are we now?
Oh, we're traveling beneath the docks.
And our final destination would be...
Oh, secret facility. We should be coming onto it right now.
Should we? Well, then here is my answer. And I'm gonna take the cigarette and put it out on her leg and just punch her in the face.
Fantastic. Okay, make me a...
Such sass.
That's gold.
Make me a speed attack roll.
Can I do this as a bash?
Yeah, you can totally do it as a bash. I forgot you're
Okay.
a warrior. Damn, yeah.
I don't know what
that's
to
right.
do. I plugged this into my character sheet and just wrote bash under attack's might and did nothing else to it.
Okay.
You shouldn't forget your warriors, man.
Yeah, just roll me a might roll.
Okay.
We're looking for difficulty 5.
Difficulty 5. Submit and then effort. Doesn't. So how much effort do I need? I do. So edge takes off 1 for each one. The first one's 3, and the subsequent ones are 2.
It takes off the 3 off the first one to make it 2, so
Yeah.
each one is worth 2.
So if I were to do 2 effort, it would be worth 5.
5, but with your might edge, it'd only be cost 4.
4. And if I want to do the second one, I could do 6. Right?
So the way it works, at the moment it's difficulty 5. You'd spend 1 effort, which would cost you 3 might points, but because you have an edge, it only costs you 2 might points, and it becomes difficulty 4.
Yeah.
Another one would cost you another 2, and that would bring it down to difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm. And can I do another effort on top of that, or no?
You can do as much as you like, yeah. Another 2 would cost you 6 might points, and that would take it down to difficulty 1.
I'm gonna do 6 might points.
Oh, yeah, you you completely stun this person. That's what the bash does, right? It does 1 less damage, so you bloody her nose.
Yeah.
The gun goes off, but hits the fan, which is still spinning despite being underwater. And she is stunned. You knock her out for a moment.
I'm going to take the gun.
Yeah, a section of floor opens in the center of the room, revealing a set of stairs leading down into what looks like a German laboratory.
Lovely.
What the hell?
Back upstairs with Carter and Blake. Blake and Eva, sorry. What are you guys doing?
Probably having a good old chat.
I don't know. It's only a matter of time before this guy comes back up, and
I think we're just sitting there. I'm telling him about all my previous espionage. Because why the fuck not? Can't get out.
Over a dirty martini.
Yeah, we can't get out, so I'm like, fuck it.
we should burn the building down.
Personally, I think we should go get in the car, but here you are trying to be a hero.
Past him because he's outside by the door.
Shoot.
Although we could just run him over.
Yeah.
From the desk, you hear a beep.
I'm gonna go and investigate that.
I'll investigate behind you.
Less of a beep, actually, more of a sort of a loud tick, followed by a now you're aware of it, slightly quieter.
I'll follow behind you at a distance. You can do it.
I'm gonna very quickly investigate that because that's not good.
As you open the desk drawer, you can see what looks like a bundle of TNT with an alarm clock on it.
time to go.
The
Time to
alarm
go.
clock is going 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 5 seconds.
Literally, I grab Eva's wrist and bolt for the door.
Well, the door is on the other side of the room, or right behind you, behind a sheet of plastic, are the windows.
All right, we're going out the window.
Do I get a pre-warning to this, or does he just
No.
grab me and jump through a window?
Yeah.
So as you jump through the window, Aveline and Scott, you can hear even through all the water and everything above you, you can hear a rumble, and the ground shakes a little bit. You do the Star Trek wobble, maybe. Carter and Eva, you are thrown from the building, and that's where we're going to leave this week's one shot. Cliffhanger. Maybe we'll return to this in the future.
Oh, we're in a sinking room that leads down to a German lab.
I'm just picturing us walking out with me leading the way and Aveline like holding Fernetti with the gun to her head. She's like, we'll be going now, thank you.
I even looked at the time and went, oh, we're going to be ending in a minute. And then that thought left as quickly as I thought it.
Yeah, sorry for the noir is a beautiful genre, but you can't rush it. You know, you can't
It's
rush
also
it.
perfect that it ended on a cliffhanger.
Of
It's perfect.
Yeah, of course. Well, I hope you all enjoyed it. Why don't we go round and talk about it, guys? Tell me what you enjoyed. Tell me where we can find you online and all that good stuff. Let's start with Alex this week.
Hello. Well, that's probably my favorite Cypher session so far. So we've had lots of fun doing lots of different things. I think this is like the first one that we've taken a really serious spin on, and even doing that, we had the humorous moments where everyone is just picking on me. But it was great. I loved literally everything. I like the party dynamic we had with the absolute sass of Ella, combined with Carter's kind of like no nonsense approach to things. I just thought that worked really well. So loads of fun as always. I am Alexandrian. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch and Instagram. I think that's all. Yes, it is. It's Alexandrian. Oh, Scrat, you've gone very red there.
Overcooked it.
Okay. Yeah, so it's Alexandrian. I ramble a lot on Twitter. I occasionally post about TTRPGs or just gaming in general. I do stream on Twitch once in a blue moon with Jay. And that's about it, really. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. So next we come around to Kyle Alandevich. Oh, hi, Kyle. How was it?
Hi, I had so much fun. It's been so long since I've been on Scrat. I missed it. I loved how Eva started getting having rubbed off on by Ella, and I loved my little buddy with Aveline, and kind of shitting on Carter half the time. you gotta pick someone to do it too. So.
Just hard.
I'd gladly take that mantle anytime.
I'm Kyle. You can find me on Twitter at Kyle Alandevich. I need to figure out a new handle besides my full name because that's a lot. I'm on a lot of stuff and apparently going more and more. I'm on the Prison Pals podcast, all queer family friendly podcast. I'm producing and GMing a new podcast coming out in April called Domino Theory. It's a Masks RPG podcast with an all queer cast doing what's coming out of the closet as superhero like. And I'm on a stream on Off the Table on every other Saturday. We're playing Ryutama. And then starting this Sunday, I'll be on Pro Restarter's channel, but I don't think he's announced what that is yet, so I'm not going to say what that is yet.
So much mystery. I thought Mirror Shadows was playing the mysterious one today. Awesome. And yeah, we'll have to have you back again as well. This has been a delight, a true delight. Thanks so much.
I'm trying to do more streams.
Yeah, if you want to put any of those links in chat, please do. I didn't catch them all. We rattled them all off quite quick, but please do fill my chat with your links. That'd be fantastic. As we come next around to Mirror Shadows. Oh, hi, Mirrors.
Oh, hi. That was the first time on Scrat, and this was fantastic. I had such a good time. The dynamic in the group. At first, when I saw 3 mystery characters and then 1 shining star, I thought, how's that going to work? And then as soon as we hit the strides, I thought, this is just working beautifully, other than Fakata. Who was odd man out in almost every scene.
It's good though. It's good.
He missed out. He missed out on the good drugs. He missed out on the bonding, on the sisterhood bonding between Aveline and Eva, and Aveline and
the cat.
Yeah, that's true. He missed the cat. I think Kyle was absolutely fantastic as Ella. But no, it was great fun. Thank you for having me. I'm on Twitter at mirrors_shadows, and you will be seeing me in some things in the near future. I am working on a couple of things in the background, and including GMing a fairly large sort of a vampire monster-ish sort of game set in the modern world, but more to come.
Fantastic. Very much looking forward to it. I hope you'll be hitting my Discord with all the details very soon. That'd be fantastic. Lastly around we have Jay Bambi. Oh, hi, Jay.
Hey. So, my favourite bit was Ella. Just flat out. Just my favourite bit. I could have just watched her entirely. I could have just watched an entire episode of just her talking about random crap the whole time. Everyone else was great too, but she was amazing, and I love her, and she's like my soulmate, and I want her. Yeah. So, yeah, that was my entire focus for this entire stream was Ella. Yeah. So, I like the kitten as well, even if that was a bit creepy.
Yeah, that genuinely was number 19. there was nothing not weird about that potion. Like sometimes they give you a couple of options, like it can be this or this depending on setting. This one was like, well, you can either do this or this, and I was like, believe it or not, I chose the more fitting of the two.
Weird
What's
kid.
the other one?
I dare not reveal.
Got kitten hand babies, which is the best. Yeah, so my name is Jay Bambi, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter under Jay Bambi. I occasionally stream with Alex. We are looking to stream more often. I keep saying that, and life keeps happening all of the time, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm reasonably active on Twitter. I quite like talking to people there. So yeah, check it out.
Awesome, thank you so much. I enjoyed the group dynamic. That was my probably main thing. I think you all had a wonderful group dynamic. Kyle, I fell in love with Ella as soon as you opened your mouth. And Aveline too. My favorite scene I think was the one with the body. When Blake and DeRosio started analyzing the body. Eva's trying to just like freaking out quietly, and Miss Scott's like, well, cancel my show. Love it, absolutely love it. Fantastic work. I'm going to send you a link now, chat, which is going to spam you with links. My bot's going to spam you with all of our social links, all of the places you can find us, all of the places you can go to support us, all of the places you can go to check out our sponsors, and all of the websites that we have discount codes for, so you can go and get yourself some discount goodies. Please do check them out. Doing those things does indeed support the channel, and we appreciate it very, very much. Today, we are going to go and pay a visit to our good friend Grimjack over at Tales from the Grim. I hope you're all familiar with Tales from the Grim. I can spell. Thank you very much. We'll be back in an hour with Dynama. So until then, keep on evoking emotions. And now is a good time to put a beer in the fridge ready for when Dynama starts, because I thoroughly recommend chilling out with Dynama. It's a very chill, intense sometimes, but a good stream to just chill out to. I never get any work done when it's on. I'll see you all later, everyone. Until next time, keep evoking emotions. Catch you later. Bye!